Hello and good morrow, adventurers. Welcome to another episode of Dice of the Beholder presents the Chronicles of Nidum. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.
Hello!
Dicing!
I
Dicing the whole time.
actively kinda hate all of you.
What's going on with your hair? Rude!
Apart from you. Hello and welcome to Dice of the Beholder, Chronicles of Nidum.
Nidum.
That's what I said.
Chronicles of
Chronicles
Nidum.
of
I have
Nidum.
made a small mistake.
The Rats of Nidum.
Yes, now it's working. Brilliant. Okay, we have both mics. Excellent. Hello and welcome to Dice of the Beholder present Chronicles of Nidum. Session 10. Very happy that we're here. Hi Shane.
Hi Shane! Have fun doing inventory.
Yeah.
That's
sorry.
always fun.
You can't see us.
Shane's going to leave and Shane's going to go down. No, the stream's going to go down. So yes, welcome to session 10. Sorry it started a lot later than usual, but there's, I say a big storm.
There's a medium-sized storm.
It's kind of alright where we are.
It's a bit windy.
There's a windiness.
There's a bit of a breeze.
Pretty minus.
bit windy, so they closed loads of roads. Whereas...
But left open the one stretch of the motorway that's actually quite dangerous
Yeah.
in high winds.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
But yes, here's everyone. And, yes, welcome to session 10. Okay.
F's in the chat for Anne.
You look like Einstein.
Oh yeah.
M died.
M did not die.
M dead.
This is M today.
See,
Anne is
dead.
chronically ill and
I'm here.
is having a bad day today, so F's in the chat for Anne.
Yes. And the part of Ace today will be played by Greg. That's
It's
not-
hilarious.
That's
So
not what Ace sounds like at all.
That's what it sounds like today, motherfucker.
Today I'm
last,
gonna some sort of pirate.
last time I played Ace, they were they spent the
Masturbating
entire
furiously.
game masturbating.
Yeah. Masturbating.
This time they're gonna sound like.
Angry
That-
pirate?
No, I was thinking like the dinosaurs that Wash is playing with at the beginning of Firefly.
Yeah.
I think you should call it your grave.
Curse you for your inevitable.
Okay.
Betrayal. Okay. So, without further ado, we will start.
I miss Firefly. What? Start. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Your hair's really tall today. It's really floofy.
I didn't braid it.
No. Well, to be fair,
It's
we
very
were,
human.
we were out of the house for quite a while.
Yeah. Poor
so-
Charlie and Greg have been sitting in our house for 2.5 hours while we're not here.
It's
So-
for me.
I made use of your couch.
Story so far.
I wanted to
You-
make use of your couch as well, but Charlie wouldn't.
You have finally become adventurers.
Whoa!
On your
Session
successful
before last, but yes.
Shut up.
completion of a quest from the sheriff and the second quest that he sent you on,
Where
though
are
he
you?
may not know it, in his eyes was also a success. So, with your newfound earnings from returning the bloody slave collars to the sheriff and convincing him of their demise, you made your way back to the workplace for a well-earned rest, and
It turned out to not be that restful.
If you're watching, what kind of goddamn paladin has only one type of smite?
so upon your return you found it empty with Melkor nowhere to be seen,
Yeah.
I don't
and empty apart from 2 goblins, a half-orc and a strange genasi.
Two
So
goblins,
it's
a half orc, and a strange genasi walk into a bar.
They did, and all hell broke loose
Just
as
while you're doing the recap, I'll be
you
right back.
discovered that they were there to capture you. Thwarting the bounty hunters quite soundly, a lot of you were injured, but when Melkor and Sepsis returned, the battle was eventually won.
We had it. Me and my 1 HP.
After dealing with the bodies that Sepsis dealt with in his own special
Yeah.
way,
their own special way. You eventually all congregated in the back office.
Congregated
In the back office with Melkor
And the Ganassi hunter.
and the Ganassi.
Well, yeah.
We had a nice friendly chat with him.
Whose face got burnt off eventually after a nice friendly chat.
We had a nice friendly chat.
So, you back in the room?
But actually, I also said to
Back in the room.
I also said to Malcolm before we're back in the room that we were going to have to leave
Soon.
and we were discussing that. And we were
You
about
were
to discuss.
about to discuss that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how long do we have?
What, before we need to leave?
Yeah, we got time to rest.
Well, I would say so. Nobody else knew we were here, and the hunter said, his name was Hunter, I think.
Yeah.
Said that nobody else was aware of our location because he did not want to share the bounty.
No, but there's posters of us up everywhere.
But we know the Seekers do not currently know where we are.
So we might have a day or so.
The seekers that the elves have, the closer they get, the more likely they will be able to sense a more accurate direction.
Still, I am...
They are still weeks away. However, hunters like Hunter,
inventive name.
He picked it at random.
I've heard of him by a couple of different names. This one, he's a ladies' man, should we say? I can guarantee that while he told us he hadn't told anyone where you were, there's at least some people waiting for his return.
Have we got one night? What time of day it is? It is? Is it?
Is it? Yeah.
It's about early afternoon.
Okay. I've taken quite a lot of damage in that fight,
Mm.
as you can see from these bloody gaping wounds. But I do need to go to a weapon shop, Ariana, and I need you to come with me. I can't go on my own, they won't
I
deal
mean,
with
if
me.
they're weeks away, we don't want to leave it till the last minute anyway. A day or so, and then leave.
Perhaps, but it's not the seekers that are these elven hunters that you may want to worry about. It's
Other bounty hunters.
nice.
Have we got
This
one
is
night?
Perhaps.
I think we have to take the risk for one night, because if we leave now,
Leave in the morning.
I'll be leaving a trail of blood for them to follow.
Mm.
As I say that, I'm like tearing strips out of a bandage in my bag and wrapping it round bits of me. Pulling arrows out of my side.
So we leave.
How wounded are you?
I'm down to 13.
Same.
Yeah, over half.
Wow.
You came in right at the end. It was quite a
Yeah,
big battle.
sepsis is fine. I'm looking at Ace right now.
Ace took a lot of hits.
Ace is a lot healthier than you guys.
Ace is a lot butcher than we are.
It's a true fact. Very good.
Okay, Malcolm, we do not want to bring risk on your house, but if we can stay,
With hawks on both your houses.
if we can stay tonight, we will
We'll
leave
leave in
first
the
thing before dawn.
It seems we've overstayed our welcome.
You will always be welcome here.
No.
Yes.
Yes. But I'd rather not increase the risk.
There is, of course, the case of the dangers to the children.
Yeah.
That is my concern.
Very well. Of course, you may stay tonight. I will ask around. I will put feelers out to see if there's any other chatter about you, but maybe one more night is your lot.
That's okay. I think one more night is sufficient, and then we will make our way to the mines.
I have work to do also, for if they come and do not believe that you have gone, I need to find another place for the children.
I need to buy 2 things. I need a large crossbow and some hair dye.
I need to buy some things as well.
Right.
Not in the same shop. I'll go on my own. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, to go here.
Be careful. The guards may be watching you closer now.
They have always watched us. Ariana is with us. Oh, you were supposed to have a date. You will miss your date.
Boo-hoo.
Okay, you weren't overly excited about it, but still.
No, from the conversation I had with the sheriff while you were away that you told me about, he made it clear in what he didn't say that they're going to take a much more personal interest in my comings and goings,
I'm sorry.
and the comings and goings of those who frequent this establishment.
I'm sorry.
As of yet, I believe he thinks there are only 3 children downstairs, not the 20 that I have.
What will you do?
The rat folk are due to move out. I could send a message to them and see if they can take us with them, or at least the children, and I will stay here, keeping up the pretense of...
Not a bad idea. There
Not
is
a
a
bad
camp
idea.
further north that they could perhaps get them to.
No. They won't go there.
Probably wise.
I'm not sending them from one almost certain death to a pointless one.
No, maybe
That's
not.
good. Might even be safer for them to find somewhere quiet and set up their own camp.
I have ways of contacting your
Not
patron.
The cherry.
No, it means Marcus.
Monks.
The one who originally sent you here.
My patron's the cherry.
Nidum's gone.
They're not there anymore.
They've moved.
As has happened over the years.
Has it?
Probably not in our lifetime.
No,
Every
not
day?
in yours. How old do you think Marcus is?
Honestly,
Old as balls.
old as balls. I think that is.
The nicest
Yeah.
way to put it.
I have
He should have been long dead.
been gifted many years by a strange chaotic magic that touched me when I was just 30 summers old. Marcus, I have known for the last... I've known since I was a boy and have known for the last 70 years, and he has 5 more grey hairs than he did when I met him.
Yeah.
But that may possibly be an affectation. There's nothing else about him seems to have aged.
Wait, sorry, how many years?
70.
Just checking. Okay.
Oh, human lifespans, yeah. Okay, that might be weird for you.
Not. That wasn't what I was thinking. I'll get back to it later.
The Nidum that you lived in?
Yes.
It's only been around there for 100 years or so.
Right. Okay.
The house has been around there for an age, but... Well, I think you wanted a card game, but I was never able to get the actual story, so...
Oh, speaking of card games, if you ever get Caelan involved in one, he recently came into quite a bit of money.
Caelan,
The elven
yeah.
guard.
Idiot
I
elf.
imagine after he's a couple of drinks, he's not going to be very good at cards. I imagine he's not very good at them anyway.
And he was going to spend it on a date, but I think he's due to be disappointed.
Is he due to call? Here.
Tomorrow night.
And perhaps there will be gambling.
I think that would be a good use of money bet on us.
You may want to at least try and heal up a little before you go back out into the town.
Ace
Yes.
reaches out and puts a hand on each of you and gives you 9 hit points.
Hey! Thank you, Ace.
Thank you, Ace.
And you see the scars and the wounds that you have kind of seal, like they're old, healed a couple of, maybe a few days healed. Still raw, but better.
That leaves me in relatively good stead to go shopping, I think.
Shall we?
Please. Malka, I'm sorry for any trouble that we've brought you, but I am grateful for all the help you've given us. You have been a real friend. and we won't forget it.
Well, we will talk again before you leave for your journey, because
No dinner tonight.
probably a few things, a few more questions you have about the outside world, how you will get anywhere.
Sensible destinations would be a good start.
Hmm.
Aside from the mines that I want to investigate for my own sanity.
Yes. Well, let's go shopping.
We will, I promise.
I have some papers together here of favours that I can call in, but
Remind me to ask you about the undead.
okay.
That is a bizarre question.
You have to admit it's relevant.
Yeah.
Later.
Let's go.
Sepsis, are you sure you're okay to go shopping on your own? Shopping?
Yes.
You don't want company or to come with us?
No.
Alright, we'll see you later. And I pat Sepsis on the head as I go past.
Excuse me.
Because I enjoy doing that because Sepsis seems to hate it.
Did you split the
Sepsis
gold?
hates it.
Did you split the gold from last time?
Yeah, I've got 49. So, as we go out, Ariana, I need you to do me a favour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the going rate of a heavy crossbow is, but
Mm-hmm.
the most I can get to is 49 gold. It cannot go beyond that.
49.
I have nothing beyond that. That is all of my money, because I bought the tent and
I'm
things.
sure if you really like it, I can make a donation towards
You
it.
really like it. I give you all my gold, basically. You have an extra 49 for the duration of this.
I'll keep it written down.
And I also need to get some hair dye. What colour should I go?
I thought I was just going to braid it for you.
It's a pretty distinctive colour, though. There aren't many redheads around.
We could get you a hat.
I don't want to wear a hat.
We're going to look for dye.
I have one of those faces, you put a hat on me, it makes my nose look enormous.
That's only because your hair disappears.
Exactly. It's terrible. Nobody wants that.
We can get you some hair dye.
Is that better? I'll think about it. You gave me the name of the weapon shop and a rough direction.
It wasn't a name, because she couldn't translate it.
Description?
It was a description of a picture.
Of a human being hunted.
Lovely.
Well, it was a human tied up with an apple on his head and 3 crossbow bolts in both of its eyes and its mouth, and the apple was unharmed.
I described this to you.
Well, someone's a terrible shot. I'm pretty sure the idea is to hit the apple.
Depends what you're hunting.
Well, we can keep an eye out for it.
Human hunting could be a fantastic sport around here.
It's pretty much what I've just been paid for doing.
Yep. We did a real good job too. Many humans died. We go to the...
Sometimes dice go morbid.
Where is Sepsis going? Back out shopping?
Do them first.
Okay.
We
What
got
about
some
Ace?
regular, thank you.
Where's Ace going?
I guess Ace would probably go with Dice and Ariana.
Yeah, we can take Ace with us. We put on our collars, we look subdued, we walk behind.
You make your way, a familiar
Okay.
journey, you've made it a few times now, into the market. And the first large left you get to from the directions you take, and you get to the entrance of a covered marketplace. As you walk inside, you know after a couple of rights and another left, you eventually get to, and you see it there. Does anyone speak Undercommon?
I think I do.
Yes,
I do.
I speak common notion.
I speak Undercommon.
You see the sign, and it is very artistically drawn. Human male, dead, with 2 crossbow bolts in his eyes and 1 in his mouth. The human male isn't actually that detailed, it's very roughly drawn, grey as if it's been dead for a while. The apple, however, is so well drawn that it almost looks like you could pluck it from the sign and eat it.
Why
Next
so
to it.
much effort into one part of the picture.
Next to it, you see a sign, and it says "Better than Tell," and there's a crossbow instead of a T.
Better than what?
Tell.
As in William?
T-E-L-L.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing this is the place.
I guess so. Be persuasive.
Be subdued.
Yes, one of my many skills.
Come on.
It's a rough front shop. Most of them.
Nail in your head, keeper.
I have just shit myself.
It's the wind.
I know. Basically, there's a storm here. It's really windy, and the dog doesn't like it. Come on, lie down.
He thinks he can stop it by barking at it.
He cannot.
So, the sign is beautiful. The front of the shop is rough wooden panels built into a kind of semicircular kind of archway. And as you go under, just a tarp drawn across the door. You kind of look inside, and it's quite dark. Apart from the light now, there are glints of polished metal everywhere, and you do see hundreds and hundreds of crossbow bolts, arrows, bows, and stacked along the walls, hung up on pegs, are many, many crossbows.
Okay.
What you want?
A crossbow.
A heavy crossbow.
A heavy crossbow.
She can stay outside. Don't serve her kind here.
Yeah, sure.
It's a sign, not enough warning.
All right, mistress. Thank you. I'll walk outside.
Let's just remember whose property she is.
No, sorry. Well, to you, I'll be polite.
And you still don't see where the voice is coming from. But eventually you do hear some heavy footfalls, and from around the corner of the counter is maybe about 4 foot, from around the corner, standing only about 3.5 feet tall, is a very pale, very loose-skinned, not much of a beard, long, greasy black hair, but it's a Durgar.
What is a Durgar? Type of dwarf?
Yeah.
Right.
Evil dwarf. And he's kind of standing there, and he's just in this very finely made leather.
He's like, I am at your service. What can I get you?
A heavy crossbow and some bolts.
Yes, for your arms.
No, it's a gift.
Oh, very well. What kind of quality are we talking?
Depends on the price.
Well, for bolts, and just off the rack, as it were, heavy crossbow, that'll be 55.
And how many bolts is that?
20.
20 and a heavy no, 55. And you can't go any lower?
I'll chuck in another 20.
Another 20. It still seems 55. I'm going to cast Charm Person. If I can, actually, I need to double check if I can. I can! I have one spell slot left.
Do they know you've cast that?
No, they do afterwards once it's worn off.
Oh dear. Yeah, we're leaving anyway. Made the DM pull up stats for a Durgar really quickly.
This is me putting a hell of a lot of faith into my old dice.
I don't trust your dice in anything, Charlie, to be honest.
Oh, you need to do a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Oh, that's not a 20.
You just rolled a d12?
Yeah.
Do it again. What'd you roll?
Six. With advantage.
I thought you were rolling with advantage.
Yeah, he's charmed.
That is.
I'm sorry, what were we talking about? You're just so lovely for a tall person.
Thank you. We were talking about the heavy crossbow. 40 bolts. 45 gold?
That's not the usual price, but I'm sure. Yes.
Oh, thank you. I am giving it as a gift.
Of
And
course.
of course. The spoken word for your business.
Did you not want to look at the nicer heavy crossbows?
I suppose I can take a gander. What would you suggest?
Well, we've got this one.
And he takes an incredibly beautiful, much nicer crossbow off the wall, and even in this dark light you can tell that it's not wood, it's kind of metal, and the arms at the front of the crossbow seem to be horn.
This is much more accurate.
It's very beautiful. How much do you want for this one?
Its price is normally 200 gold.
200 gold. How much for me?
How much did you want to spend?
Don't really want to spend much more than 50. With the bolts. And I could make it worth your while.
No, that is not enough.
55.
No, that is still not enough.
Not enough.
And you can see it. You can see in his eyes each time you try and haggle, there's this like a kind of millisecond of fury. Like he wants to argue with you and wants to shout at you and get you out of his shop and kick off, but it's immediately kind of glazed over. It's because while Charm Person makes him incredibly friendly towards you, it's not mind control.
No. That does make things easier though. So what offer would you accept? Sorry.
150.
I think we may have to leave the fancy crossbow. Do you have anything in between the two?
No, everything else is much nicer.
So
You've
you
got
have
1,000 gold, you can go for that one.
No, not worth it. I'm stumped.
Now, you could borrow some off Ace, but they're not really here to confirm that, so I think I'll stand to not pay that much money for it anyway, don't get it. I don't know, worth it.
No, I'll go with the first crossbow you showed me then.
How much did we say?
40.
Okay. Yeah. You want a bag?
Are you going to charge me for that?
No.
No, I'm alright.
Well, it's a pleasure doing business with you. Please come back. Soon. I feel like I shall miss you.
No doubt you will.
Super cute.
Well then, goodbye.
Yes.
I throw the coin of 40 down for him.
You can see him kind of shaking his head as you're going.
It lasts for an hour.
But he's shaking his head as if there's a thought that can't quite come through to the forefront. But he just kind of walks back behind his counter.
Let's walk outside.
So how did it go?
I've got you the crossbow and 40 bolts.
Ooh.
For 40 gold.
That's ridiculous prices. How did you manage that?
I might have used a spell, which means I can't be anywhere near here in an hour's time.
That's okay. I think we should probably disappear.
I did try to get you a fancier one, but he was a bit... I just really don't like trying to persuade those little things.
How much would a fancy one be?
200.
That's a lot.
Maybe another time. Maybe for your birthday.
That'd be a good birthday gift. Or I'll save for it, but this is still valuable. Thank you.
I'm going to hand you your 9 gold that's left back.
Oh yeah, I took 45 off. I'll put 5 back on. So, did you want to go anywhere else?
You need to get hair dye.
Yes, I think I probably should. For now, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Where on earth do you buy hair dye?
There's probably a beautician nearby, and I'm just wondering how the hell I'm going to make myself look any different. I can't... There's no point me dyeing my hair.
Real big cloak?
Horns.
Real big cloak with a real big hood. Ariana, I don't know you're purple.
Yeah, that was my point.
We could paint you, but I think it would crack as you moved anyway and you'd look insane.
God, I wish there was more tieflings in the world.
You are distinctive. Unfortunately, at least there are other humans. For me, it is a little easier, I think.
Let's go find you hair dye.
I think we should look at the cloaks. Perhaps they have an idea. You could say that you are, you get too much attention and you wondered if the fine tailors could do anything to help. It's true, you get a lot of attention. You wouldn't even be
You're going
lying.
to get tall sepsis.
Needs must.
I'll think about it. Let's get you sorted first.
We should look at the cloak for Ace as well.
Yeah.
We could go as a group of monks. Oh, that is such a better crossbow. Sorry, I'm very excited. Oh, heavy crossbows are so much better.
I'm so proud of you.
Hmm?
Charming people.
You're in a 6, really excited. Aww.
I'm so proud of you.
Come on, you really want to give us it for less. Okay.
Okay.
6 was
So you are looking for
Hair
hair dye and a clothes shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently.
Best
Roll,
suggestion I've got.
roll an investigation check. Both.
Can we roll in for Ace as well?
Yeah.
Can we roll with us? Oh, nice. Hang on.
Very.
a roll phrase.
Yeah.
22.
And I rolled 18.
I probably wouldn't bother rolling for Ace, to
Okay.
be honest, on this occasion.
That's fine. So with those scores, keep them in mind. I'll be back with you guys in a moment.
Okay.
What's sepsis going?
I'm going back to my friend. I've forgotten her name. But the poison seller I went to before. Would you would like to look this up earlier? I went to poison. Kevror. That's the one. The Kevror. I'm going to see Kevror.
Okay. You easily find your way back.
Yeah.
You're given a wide berth.
Oh, am I? But I don't look like sepsis.
What do you look like?
I look like an ordinary tiefling, like the tieflings that we've
Oh,
been seeing.
The pink skins.
Yeah, like dressed
I
in.
don't know why that sounds so gross.
It does. That really sounds gross. Just dressed in like a fairly
I don't like
ordinary
that.
worker's clothing. Inconspicuous.
Cool.
Hopefully.
Okay. You're not given that wider berth then as you walk through the crowd. It is a busy market day. You are jostled, but it doesn't take more than 10 minutes for you to find your way back to the apothecary. The door is open. You make your way in.
Yeah.
Kedra is sitting there. He's got a alchemy set out in front of him. There's many liquids kind of bubbling away. Just kind of looks up. Yes?
Are we alone here?
Yes?
Fantastic. And I drop the Mask of Many Faces.
Ah, my little perplexed friend.
Good afternoon, Kevror.
What can I do for you?
When last I was here,
we discussed a line of credit.
Hmm.
It appears that I may need to leave town very soon, and I've come to make use of that credit. I need something extraordinarily deadly, and I need it right now.
Touch, ingest, or breathe?
Preferably in jest.
Solid or liquid?
I was thinking wine.
Wine is very tricky, you see. It's the tannins.
No, it isn't.
Mm.
Not for a master such as yourself, Kevin.
They tend to play with the taste with the poisons.
I'll allow myself to be guided by you.
All right.
More sugar.
How large a creature are we looking to take down?
Elf-sized,
Elf-sized.
approximately.
You're going to miss this, dude.
How old an elf? Sorry, creature.
They're reasonably hearty.
Then this will be reasonably priced. 50 gold.
When last I was here, you seemed to feel that the materials I gave you were worth a reasonably extravagant sum.
Oh yes, I remember. Fine. Here. And he gives you a poison.
Fantastic. Do you what would it mix well with?
Probably a hearty elven rate.
I think I can find something like that. A pleasure doing business with you then.
And you're leaving, you say?
For a while.
This wouldn't have anything to do with the party, 4 strong, of which one is described as a walking pile of black cloth, or brown cloth, that is being hunted in the city, would it?
Kefroy, you seem to have come down with a very terrible illness.
Oh no, I have many medicines here that would cure me of any illness. And also many wards on the door that would stop illness coming in or in fact leaving if it tried anything.
The illness of which I speak is an overactive imagination.
Ah, well, what alchemist hasn't?
Sepsis.
I was just going to say that as you're leaving soon and will not be in a position to use the rest of your line of credit, that perhaps information could be exchanged to clear the debt I now have with you.
Yes, if you have some.
Many of poisons of that nature have been purchased recently by a well, let's just say someone of a ghoulish persuasion, slightly more intelligent than your average wild ghoul you might find outside the city limits, just for the sole purpose of stopping and capturing the party I just described.
Do you know what their time frame is?
They seemed in no hurry. They seem to be waiting for another member of their party to arrive.
You don't by any chance know her name? No, of course not.
Names are expensive.
have something. What are you looking for?
Well, something exotic. Something wild.
I do have something.
Hmm?
But a name isn't going to do it.
Then what?
What do you have?
Well, you tell me what you have, and I'll tell you how much more than a name it's worth.
A venom sac.
From?
Why then?
Notoriously tricky beasts to get hold of, considering most of those on Albion are employed in the Elven Air Force.
We didn't struggle.
Interesting. You have the strongest poison I have available for ingestion already on you. How about these?
And he takes 3, and they look just like clay pots, and they've got a wax stopper in the top of them. And he kind of places them carefully on the counter in front of him, very carefully, so that they don't roll. Then moves his hand away.
These will, when thrown and smashed, create a cloud that would be very, very interested in not being caught up in. Well, perhaps not one of the alchemical persuasions such as yourself, but
Fine.
someone more elf-like, shall we say.
That in the name.
His name, Sugar.
Julga.
Sugar.
Suga is a member of BTS.
Honey,
What we've just discovered is a member of BTS is out to try and kill us.
No, that guy's name is Suba.
I thought it was Suga.
No, I just remember Lex had that hoodie where it was misspelled.
Oh.
Yes, this is fine. And I'll plop the ink sac, the venom sac on the counter.
Are you? Because I'm very interested in what experiments you could get up to in the future. Are you staying in Albion?
Remains to be seen. I'll stay in touch if I can.
On the continent? In Charlem?
Yes.
If you ever find yourself in the center of the Elven Empire, perhaps visit the capital city, named after its greatest king, Charlemagne. And you may find, if you ask for a Kevran,
Relative of yours?
my sister, she will say she is more skilled than I, and I have not seen her in years. It may very well be true, but I doubt it. But she is certainly as skilled as I.
I will bear that in mind, Carol.
She does have much more interesting things to play with on the continent.
I think it's very unlikely that we're going to find ourselves in the Alban capital.
There are stranger things in
On Netflix.
Stranger things have happened, my friend.
It's a pleasure doing business with you.
And you. And I hope we part as friends.
Yes.
Tomorrow, then.
And he kind of nods at you.
That's when it will be.
Tomorrow.
Dawn.
I shall tell them. Thank you for this, Carol. This is unexpected.
God, Sepsis made a friend.
I do not have many customers. Certainly not with the same interests as I. So when I meet one as learned as myself, as intelligent, well, there are not many of us left in the world who pursue these sciences to the extremes that I believe both you and I would go to.
I'm pleased I didn't try to kill you. And then
As am I.
And then I tiefling up and leave again.
Fling out.
Aww, Sepsis made a friend.
That's actually a really nice goodbye. Please, I didn't
Sepsis?
try to kill you.
From Sepsis, that is practically like
Okay.
the world's biggest compliment.
I'm then going off in search of some wine, obviously, but if you want to just...
There are many wine peddlers. It's not a difficult task, so that can be done easily. You guys.
If we're looking for cloaks, should we just look for travelling cloaks?
Yes, but we need to make sure it's one with a deep hood for you.
I'm sure we can find one, and I'm sure you already know of a travelling supply shop.
I do. They probably sell wax cloaks to keep rain off and things, and was very reasonable with dealing with me,
Then we should probably go there.
which was novel, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm getting real tired of acting like I'm your mistress.
Oh.
And not in the fun way.
Alright, come on then.
You do
What's his
actually
name?
very quickly.
Just as a heads up though, he thinks you're hot.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm playing on here.
Always.
The guy who runs the travelling shop had a massive thing for Ariana, wanted to
Daniel,
gamble with
is it?
Malco.
Mm-hmm.
Di. Was it
Di.
Di?
Something wrong.
That is someone else.
It was a Welsh name.
No, it was Di.
There's another Di.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought there was someone else.
It's Welsh and there's lots of dice.
Is his shop near here?
It's actually back the way you came,
It's back towards the
just around the corner from the workplace.
Might as well go there first. But finding some of your hair dye.
I don't even know if you can get hair dye.
You can get hair dye. I mean, I rolled and didn't get 18 on investigation before, so...
Yeah, I got a 22 for hair
Yeah.
dye.
Where do you want to go first?
Hair dye, get that dye.
Yeah, if that's whatever's closest, we're doing it in a practical order.
You remember very easily the last time you went to see Di, there was a strange shop next door that seemed to sell kind of balms, products for cleaning,
Sounds
products
good.
for hair.
Alright, come on then. Let's go there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you may have to continue to be bossy. I know it doesn't come naturally to you. Although that's not what I've heard from some of your lovers.
Well, sometimes it would nice to be the submissive one, but...
On your way to Di's shop, then you do eventually find next door the bearded gentle oak.
The bearded gentle orc. This place has the best name I've ever seen.
It's got a very, very large wooden comb strapped to
He's
the
gonna have a
side
whale of a
side.
time with this, you know that. An orc running a beauty store.
Let's go in.
Okay. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
There's
You-
definitely a tiny bell over the door.
There
So would
absolutely
be.
is. But as you go in, the bell is cling, ling, 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 and then it stops.
Tuneful.
Hmm.
It's charmed and it just keeps going and plays.
Ace does this.
That's gotta get irritating after a while.
Alright, we approach the counter.
Yeah.
Alright.
There is behind the counter not a half orc, but an orc, all 7 to 8 feet of him, squashed into a very, very finely made velvet and brocade waistcoat. He has an incredibly well-styled moustache.
I love him.
Roll me a perception check.
I didn't think orcs could grow facial hair.
Oh, for God's sake, forget it.
9.
No. No, he has an incredibly well-styled moustache, a beautiful mane of hair, and that is very well slicked back. And you do see like a slight run of black down his forehead, as if the hair is dyed a little bit. It's kind of dripping and it's very, very warm inside to it. But it also smells incredible. It smells like
Lush.
perfume candies and
Like going into a Lush store.
exactly.
how can I help you?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh God.
I enjoyed the little hiss you did.
I'm just completely.
Please stop pulling that face. You may never get laid again. I can't look at you.
We are in the market for some hair colour.
What kind of colour would you like?
Something that would cover copper.
Difficult, darling, difficult. Black. You can have any colour you want to cover that, as long as it's black.
Black will make me look like a corpse, mistress, but needs must.
It'll cover the copper.
Perhaps some corpse makeup. A wandering ghoul. You may be treated better by those ruffians in the city outside than you are in your current pale human state.
That's actually a good point. If we could use makeup to make you look like something else.
What, so every day I'm going to apply makeup to make myself look like a ghoul?
Hey, don't knock what goths do.
Look, I did this when I was 16,
Greg.
Greg.
Goddamn thing.
I don't need to go back to this. It was a lot of effort to do that eyeliner.
But really
Probably
thick,
be much less effort in D&D.
put really thick makeup on a Friday night. And the longer you spend without taking it off, the better it looks.
I was just thinking
Eyeliner.
that you only have to reapply it if you take it off.
I've never really been into applying makeup. You're talking to me. I can't help but notice that you have acknowledged me as a person.
I am a rather flamboyant orc, living in a city
You don't say.
that's taken a rather large, beefy Durgar as his husband. Let's just say I know a thing or two about prejudice.
You might be my favourite person in this
I
city.
love this place and I
This
don't want to
person-
leave.
Get the fucking orc to join the party.
Can we just
Like,
say
I'm not. I know I'm not there.
And his Durgar husband.
I'm not sexist right now. This is me, Greg. This is me, Greg Nullis, saying, get the orc to join the party.
this Jerry is an orc?
Yeah, it's Jerry as an orc.
Totally Jerry is an orc.
Does that make M the Durgar husband?
I'm gonna.
Durgar husband.
I will roll this. I will roll this fucking orc. I will play this fucking orc. Septis can go on a journey.
Sorry, Shane, I love you.
I'm a flamboyant orc living in the city.
This season on Fox, Hex in the City.
I'd watch that as well. I mean,
Somebody draw this goddamn orc.
Netflix, give us a call. Right.
Recruit the orc.
How do you fancy like going on a journey? Well, if in that case, please talk to him and sort something out. I'm going to look around.
okay, have fun. There are more perfumes. You know, you're not attractive enough to begin with. You can make yourself even more attractive and attract people from all around to
If I
people.
could find something to cover the smell of sulphur.
You smell beautiful all the time. I share a bed with you. It's not that bad.
You grew up with me.
I don't think you smell like... Does she smell like sulphur to you?
Can you smell anything
In
anymore?
this shop, no, darlings, I can't. But mint.
Mint. That might do it.
And I love this
It,
one.
it joins the tang, but it's slightly easier on the nostrils.
It's pungent. It stings the nostrils.
You smell like menthol.
Sex Panther.
Refreshing.
60% of the time it works. Every time.
God, I hate
But
that.
for your hair, I wouldn't want to damage such a luscious bush.
I was fine until you was fine until Greg really done. I was like, nope, not gonna. I think Greg went.
I had that. I was okay.
I love a luscious bush.
It's like, nope, not gonna react. Greg react, and now I've got to react. Anything else?
By the way, I am Groose.
Goose.
Groose.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Dice. This is Ace, and this is Ariana.
Ariana. But please call me Ari.
Very well.
It's hard to shorten Dice. I'd just be...
It could be Di.
No, I really couldn't. Not in this town. Sorry. Dying of hair.
Yes.
I would not like to damage my luscious bush either.
Come.
He takes you to one shelf.
and kind of starts pulling a load of bottles down. It's like, well, this is the dye, and this is the, you want conditioner, of course. It's like a kind of oily soap that you apply after. This.
I'm holding these things going.
It suds up lots of bubbles to get grease off.
Oh, okay. I mean, most of my experience with this, I have never held this many things for my hair.
You've washed it in streams before, haven't you?
Yes,
Oh, darling.
pretty much exclusively for my entire life.
What a poor thing.
It was nicer than the town, let me tell you.
I tell you what. Discount. Pamper yourself. Go wild.
Okay.
And for you.
Ariana's already got like an armful of stuff, like, yeah.
Goes in looking like Oriana, comes out looking like fucking Cleopatra.
Did you want makeup? We have a lovely section here
Actually, maybe.
made by a very fine alchemist.
To be honest, the picture... I don't know how to apply makeup.
Just like most women, dear, just slap it on and hope for the best. Neither do I.
This
I have a
really is
little
Swansea.
experience.
I said this really is Swansea.
What's even funnier
Well,
is
you-
that Bri definitely has experience
You
putting on makeup.
You take your foundation, you take your trowel. Make sure the foundation is at least 4 shades too dark for you. and
Your
then-
skin must match this table.
It's the Simpsons episode where Homer
Yeah, with the shotgun.
he just gets a bucket full of makeup. He's just shotgun in it. You look great.
I think perhaps makeup is not for me. It is a little too much. And I wouldn't know what to do with it anyway.
Well, if you buy this mirror, darling, you can try.
A mirror would actually be helpful
He's
for the
just
day.
holding out a small kind of nicely detailed around the edge, but it's polished kind of. It's just polished metal.
Actually, that would be handy. Do you have... This is going to sound insane, and I think the answer will probably be no. Do you have anything that could change Oriana's skin colour? What? You're very distinctive, and not like gold or silver.
I mean, makeup would probably cover it, but I'd have to paint my entire body down.
Actually, just your face, your hands. If you're wearing a cloak, that's all you'd be seen.
You are a rare shade.
Oh, that is one delightful way to put it.
You are. A rare shade.
How much permanence would it need?
A few weeks worth, if possible, at a time.
Not a few weeks worth, but I might have something.
Really?
It could be any shade.
It's expensive.
Depends what we're talking about.
And he goes off into the back, and you can hear him. You can hear lots of like glass bottles rattling around. And he comes back with a very small, beautifully detailed kind of glass ball. But on the glass ball is one of those perfumers. You just squeeze and it just shoots out a mist.
Is this the D&D equivalent of an airbrush?
Well, one application at a time should do it. But do you have a preference on colour?
I believe my race can be most colours, just not blue.
Most of the ones we have seen, though, seem to be that weird pink colour.
Pink colour. I don't think that colour's going to work with my horns. I'm
Depends if you
quite
wear-
obviously not a watered down tiefling.
If you wear a cloak as well, you can hide that and have your face be the same colour as the
What
boring
colours do you
tieflings.
have?
Well, I can go the normal pink of your, I suppose your distant kin.
Diluted kin.
Well, diluted.
What about green?
What would
There's
be some sort
so
of...
many races that are green.
I've
Not
never
a bad
seen a
choice.
green one.
Doesn't have to be a tiefling.
Leaf green, sea green, grass green, what?
Zero dryad.
Orc green.
Oh, I'm flattered. Thank you. Actually, yes, that could be quite easy. Please, pay what I'm about to do. No mind.
And he basically unscrews the cap,
Excellent.
places the glass down, and kind of just scrapes one of his nails up his skin, and you see like little skin flecks go off into the bottle. Shakes it up, and the clear liquid has now turned an oak green.
Great.
Spray some on your hand. Have a look.
No. Spray into the air and walk through it. Own the mist.
Ariana does.
Okay. And the mist, the small puff of mist that you see, Oriana can't really tell, but the small puff of mist that you see come from this perfume bottle as she walks through it grows, and it's like a very fast growing cloud that kind of moves around her and then disappears as if like absorbed
Magic.
into her skin instantly. All of her skin exposed, which is a lot of it, is oak green.
It works. It works. You're green. How much is
Apart
it?
from the horns, which are a deep, kind of very dark leaf green, like on
Like a greyish
like,
bone
like,
colour
like,
almost,
like a
yeah.
fir tree.
And my hair.
Your hair is the green of grass.
Sorry.
It's the
You
green
look
green
red.
grass of fun.
You might lose me in a forest.
Alright, you know what? Your stuff might go up.
I like it.
You're looking at your own boobs.
I mean, it's the...
They're green.
Yeah.
They're green.
That will last until this time tomorrow.
Okay.
Ace is
The
alarmed.
bottle, however, for purchase.
Yes.
I tell you what, I like you. All of everything you've picked up so far, and this bottle for 50 gold.
Total. How much for the dye and the shampoo and stuff? Just so I know how much I owe you.
Oh, like 2 gold.
Yeah, it's your bottle that is expensive.
Mhm.
But you can hide.
It's worth it. Deal.
I really think it is.
Very well.
Thank you.
And I don't have to wear a cloak.
No, but you may have to. You are now green.
Yes, but everyone's looking for a purple tiefling.
Right, but you're green in the town we're in.
It's fine.
Well, we are not subtle. I think it would be best if you forget that you heard anything we just said. With the best will in the world.
Darlings, unless it was about fine things, hair.
He's 6. He's 6, the orc. Sorry.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's a world of difference. He's going to cast suggestion on you now.
I didn't hear anything other than sales. And beautiful people discussing how beautiful each other was. It's been a fine exchange, don't you think?
It's been wonderful. And if you ever feel like adventuring,
Please do come
No,
with us.
no.
We can't convince you to come along.
No, I'd spent the last 20 years convincing my husband to stop it himself. No.
because your husband's an adventurer.
No.
It's fine, an adventurer.
He's a blacksmith and good at it. And he will stay where I've put him.
And so you will.
Much too attractive to be out there in the world, getting looked at by other people.
Good, thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
been a real pleasure meeting you.
It has been a pleasure
Yeah,
doing business
true
and
pleasure.
meeting with you also.
And I hope we can meet again someday.
Yes, absolutely.
I think
Shall we get back?
we still need a cloak for Ice.
We'll get cloaks and go back.
Thank you. And
Oh,
I go.
are you
I would
going
kiss-
next door?
Yes.
Yes.
Then please tell them Bruce sent you.
Of course.
Terrified of me.
Really?
Yes. But no, not the orc thing. He just thinks I like him.
But
I
you
am-
flirt with him to scare him a little bit.
It terrifies him.
That's
But
always
it's,
fun.
It's funny.
I love Bruce
I do
already.
that to Ace.
I go. I would give you a kiss on the cheek, but you're far too tall for me to reach.
All right.
No.
Oriana cheeks.
And the other one.
Yeah.
How they do it on the
does the
continent, apparently.
Ariana does it too.
Right, next door to die.
Let us go next door today. Yeah. We go next door today.
You shopping for wine?
I wave to Bruce again.
I don't think Brad's gonna make me roleplay the wine bit.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely not going
I do
to.
have shit.
No.
I do have shit to do after that.
But
That's going to be more complicated.
fine. How expensive a bottle of wine are you looking at?
That's a good question.
One suitable for hiding poison in, I suspect.
Certainly one good enough for Kaylin.
Okay.
You got a poison Kaylin.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Who said that?
I'm all aboard with it.
All aboard,
persuasion,
poison the elves.
say. Okay, I'm not terrible. 17.
17.
Yeah.
You find a reasonable red of a considerable vintage, and you haggle a little, and you can get it for 5 gold.
I will take it.
You're not going to be paying silver. It's not the swill that you buy in
No.
taverns.
I'm just going to be expecting a purple.
Considerably nice bottle of wine for
Yeah.
5 gold.
Yeah. I mean, the idea is I'm getting him something that is supposed to be a gift.
Alchemy accident.
Very well.
You arse. I love
Okay.
so much.
You two, because it's right next door. Tawe is actually standing on the doorstep smoking a pipe.
As we walk up, I go.
Oh, hello.
So what have you got in that pipe?
Oh. Hi. Oh,
Sorry, I'm trying out a new colour.
it's, yeah.
Bruce sent us to say hi.
Oh, did he?
It's
Right.
going to be a whole shopping episode.
Well, do you want to just say hi then?
Actually, we're in need of a couple of cloaks.
3.
Why is that monster?
Why is the monster always gone?
3?
3, I think. Yes.
Right.
Travelling cloaks.
Ideally waxed if possible.
You guys remember the 4 of us, right?
You've got a cloak.
You wear a cloak.
It's not waxed.
Full.
4 cloaks.
Although
Yeah.
One
3
short
or 1
one.
child's.
A child's cloak.
Yeah. Come in, I suppose.
Thank you.
And he's trying very carefully
Not
not
to look at
to
Ariana.
look at Ariana.
Oriana just leans in close to Dice going, this is going to be too much fun.
As I go past, I go.
And you get, he takes you in and takes you to the back.
I'm sure he
and
does.
There's a long kind of wall.
Takes to the back, not in the back, to
Covered.
the back.
Covered in cloaks. Most of my travelling cloaks have been purchased recently by
Others.
yes, those of a heavier, more subterranean persuasion.
Right, okay. I understand.
If you could tell Melkor, I gave them a good discount.
I'll tell them I promise.
Oh, did you get the message you've been invited to a game?
Yes, I did. Thank you for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
I can't wait. I've been saving.
Heart.
No, I plan on losing quite spectacularly in my first game, obviously. Just to, get an invite back.
That's very cute, you know.
Yes. I'm not. But yes, thank you. I've only got these quite fine cloaks here.
Honestly, Di, we are running out of money at this point, I think. How much are we looking at for 3.5?
Oh, I can probably let them go at a discount because you've done me a favour, thank you, and you introduced me to the nicest people. He kind of nods towards
I gesture at Ori to let you on the counter.
Oh, she already is. Ariana's like stretched out. She's
as he
playing
kind of
full
just,
into
as he
this.
kind of just
Trying
stares
to
at
touch her
Oriana.
elbows together behind her back.
Yeah, as he kind of just
Stretching.
stares at Oriana. What were we
Putting her hair up.
talking about?
Ori, I think maybe you dropped something behind you.
Oh, look at that. Have you seen the bend and snap from the igloo?
The bend and snap.
10 gold.
Per cloak.
5 for the child's one.
It's worth mentioning that you have Ace with you, and Ace has money.
Yeah, Ace may have to fork out for the cloaks.
Ace can cover it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
Ace is going to
I
have.
tell you what,
I
30,
just looked,
30
they
for
have-
the lot.
That's incredibly generous of you.
That is very generous. Thank you, Di.
Can I speak to you in private?
Me?
Yes,
Of course.
thank you.
I'll be right back.
Is she single?
Oh. Yes,
About to leave town.
but I don't think we're staying much longer, unfortunately.
Long enough for her? Do you reckon I could buy her a drink?
You'd have to ask her. You'd have to be very brave.
If you ask her, 20.
Give me 2 minutes. Ariana,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel about whoring yourself?
I've done it before.
Not quite that bad. Di says if you will go for a drink with him, he'll drop the price down to 20 gold for the whole lot.
Meet me at the workhouse tonight.
Tell him. I want to see how ready he goes.
He walks back out, looking like sheepish.
You know where I'm staying at the moment, don't you?
I've been told.
Why don't you come round tonight?
Might I be so presumptuous as to offer to buy you a drink?
I greatly appreciate it. I'll meet you at the bar.
I will be there.
There you go.
You're incredibly sweet.
When you say tonight, are we talking sundown? At sundown? Just before sundown? Is an hour earlier than sundown too early? Is it better to turn up a little bit after?
Let's say just after sundown.
Bye, Shane. Enjoy work.
I don't normally close then, but I was planning. Well, now I'm planning on closing early today. So yes, like now, if you could shuffle out, I need to get ready. Yes, I will see you later.
I'll see you later. And
We need to pay you.
Oh yes, 20 gold.
I'll subtract it from
I take it from Ace and pass it over.
Thank you.
take
very
the
much.
cloaks. Thank you, and I'll see you tonight.
Yes.
Ariana winks at him before she walks out the door.
Please tell me you do
Before
it
she
sway
sashays out
with
the
the tail.
door, yeah.
And
I mean, that's how she walks, but yeah.
She literally does not know another way.
For point of reference on your character sheets, you all now have a Tawe. So it's if you type in clothes under equipment, under add
I
equipment,
didn't know you could do this.
yeah, and then it's fine clothes.
Ooh.
Add equipment, yeah.
Oh, clothes, fine. Adventuring gear.
That's the one. Click that one.
Okay.
You can add it all to everyone.
Add item.
Pardon me.
Gosh, that is a. Considering they're supposed to be like 15 gold each, that is a deal and a half.
It's not the first
He is
time
a
Charlie's,
40-year-old virgin.
not the first time Charlie's sold herself for to obtain a deal like this.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the time you prostituted yourself under a bridge in Newport for some strongbow.
Did not. Sorry. I did not. Shut up. I was a Valley's child. Shut up.
I'm sure I've done something similar for quite frightening under a bridge.
I'm sure everyone has done it at some point. And no, it was not nearly that bad.
It wasn't.
We will talk
I
about
just-
this on the break and then decide whether it can be
No,
spoken.
I just like exaggerating the story. Charlie just
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was nothing like actually whoring us
It
up
was
for
very
someone.
much nothing like it. Charlie just convinced someone to go into a shop for her, basically.
Yeah, I was underage and I convinced a guy that was older than me to go into the
God.
shops to buy me cider.
That's not whoring us up. I did that 300 times as a
I
teenager.
thought you were going to say I did that yesterday.
You are not underage.
They won't
Anyway.
serve me.
Anyway,
I got ID for a craft knife.
shall we go back to the workhouse? Alright, workplace.
Workplace. The workhouse is somewhere we don't want to be.
No.
Seb still has stuff to do.
Good lord.
Okay. So you're going back to the workplace now, yeah? Which isn't far. You get there easily. Sepsis.
Okay, so this is the difficult bit. I need to work out how to find Kanan.
Okay.
I am going to make myself look like...
The last place you saw Caleb, this was only a couple of hours ago, was in the sheriff's office.
Yeah. So I'm going to make myself look like an elven merchant. Not too finely dressed.
Okay.
Um,
You've seen a few of them.
yeah, not too upper crust, but like a moderately successful merchant is what I'm going for.
The wine cellar,
Something
the person
along
who
those
sold
lines.
you the wine was a moderately successfully dressed
But I am going
elven
to
merchant.
I'm going to give myself a sort of passing resemblance to Kovar and Kian,
Okay.
the two brothers that Kanan's friends with. I'll head over to the sheriff's office, and I'm gonna just sort of like, is there like a bar or anything nearby that I can watch the entrance from?
There's like a soldier's mess just down the road, and you can, if you sit outside, see it from there.
Yeah, that'll do. I'm going to post up there and wait for Kaelin to leave.
There is predominantly soldiers and off-duty elves who are in there, off-duty elven like guardsmen,
Yeah.
and they do give you kind of a strange look as to why you're there.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'll call someone over. Who presumably there are people who work there.
Serving staff, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll try and grab someone and say, "Excuse me, I'm arranging a caravan out of the city, and I'm looking to hire on some guards. Are there any likely fellows around here who may be available for hire? Perhaps off duty for a little while?"
And you've basically called over a young human girl, and she's in what looks like a sackcloth that's had holes put through. Think like what Dobby's wearing.
Somebody give her a sock!
And she's got like a roughly hewn metal collar around her neck, but it's got the sheriff's mark on the front of it. Most of the lads in here are young and quite fervent in their, at the moment, in their service to the crown. If you wait until, I don't know, maybe later, I can ask around, but the older, more jaded lads are in, and they like to earn a bit of coin on the side.
Jolly. In the meantime, bring me something to eat. Not too dreadful.
Very well, sir, of course. What is your, how much are you looking to spend?
I'm not terribly concerned about it. Just bring me something nice.
Very well, sir.
Oops.
And she goes off towards the bar. Roll me a deception check, or a performance check, whichever.
No, it's definitely going to be deception. Sorry. Still getting used to the layout. That's not very good. 11. No, wait, that's a lie. 13.
The faces that were staring at you as a stranger, your strange clothing, and they'd never seen you before, kind of
they've heard your conversation with the serving maid, as I believe was your intention, and have lost interest in you.
Spectacular. I'll be sort of. I wouldn't mind doing a sort of surreptitious sweep to see if I can notice anyone who's still paying attention. But
Surreptitious.
Roll me a perception check.
perception or insight?
Oh, insight.
Put the kettle on.
Yeah, I mean, it's only the difference between a minus one and a plus one, so it's neither really good. But
I don't see.
Okay.
not unless you've got someone being very unsubtle, because I rolled a 6.
Someone sit in the corner.
After about 5 minutes, quite quick in most establishments you've seen, food is brought. It is like a large platter of cured meats, some cheese. Rough fare, but what you'd expect from a soldier's mess. Just after lunchtime kind of thing. Food is brought to you, and a goblet of wine is placed down next to it to pair with the cheese.
Not far.
And the serving girl walks off.
Okay.
After another 10 minutes, you do see quite a lot of activity over at the door. Lots of guards walking in. A lot of them look to be marching in almost perfect order. There's a couple of tired stragglers at the back. There seems to be guards coming off shift. And you do then see a few more energetic guards start to come out and march the way they came. After another 20 minutes, you do see tossing quite happily a large sack, which even from this distance you can hear shing, shing every time he catches it. In his hand is Kelly. And he walks straight past you in the officer's mess, and off into the finer houses in the city.
I'm going to follow him. Like a pretty substantial distance. But following him to where he's going.
Sir, I apologise for my impertinence, sir. My master told me to follow you.
Oh, yes, and I drop 5 silver in her hand.
That's too much, sir. I cannot keep
I'm
the...
really not particularly concerned about it, just
I will give it to
your
my master, sir. I'm sorry. And she walks up, holding the silver.
So I'll carry on following Kaden.
Roll me a stealth check then.
Yeah, I've just realised that my workplace logo is all over my trousers.
Ooh.
So every time I stand up, I'm like, let's try and make no joke on camera.
Stealth check, you say? Yeah. I love rolling stealth checks. It's my favourite thing to do. I'm going to do that right now, and I'm really excited to do it. It's going to be great.
What your inspiration?
4.
Fudge. Sepsis, dude. What are you doing? A YMCA as you walk down the street?
You are walking, you're out in the open, people see you. Don't really pay you any mind. How far away do you want to stay from Ken?
I'm probably like half a block behind.
Okay.
So like far enough back that he wouldn't necessarily like catch me out. He certainly wouldn't catch me out of the corner of his eye, but like close enough that I'd see which way he would turn.
He's walking up a main road, and you do see some quite well-appointed residences ahead of him. After another 100 feet, he turns into a much... you're in quite a wide thoroughfare right now, but he turns off onto one of the much less wide side streets. You're about maybe 50 feet behind him.
Okay, I'll sort of cautiously approach the entrance to the narrower street.
Okay. As you peer down around the corner, you do notice that he has stopped maybe 50 feet away from you at a door and is taking out his keys at the moment.
Okay. I'll wait until he's inside.
He lets himself in, closes the door behind him.
Okay, I'll give it a minute or so. And then I'll make my way to the door and knock.
Okay. So you knock. I was about to knock the table then, I realised the dog's in the room. You knock, and it's maybe 5 minutes, and there's a heavy turn of a lock, and the door opens, and Caelan has already stripped himself out of, and he looks like he's just hurried. He's stripped himself out of his normal guard's garb, and he's wearing like what looks like a very shiny, very soft, very beautifully made evening like dressing gown.
Ah.
Yes. What?
Are you Master Caelan?
Yes. Who's asking?
My name is Carol. I'm a cousin of some colleagues of yours. I believe you know Kian and Kovar.
Oh. Yes. Of course. I work with them. I've just come off a long shift and was drawing a bath.
I think you'll be pleased that I've made my way over. I won't take up too much of your time, but Kian mentioned that you'd bested him in a game of chance, and he wanted to offer his congratulations. It happens that I'm a wine seller merchant, and he asked me to stop by with a small gift for you, and I'll take out the bottle.
Okay, roll a deception check.
I get advantage because I look like what I say I am.
And from what you've said, the knowledge you've dropped, yeah, go on.
That's a natural 20.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
a natural 24, a total of 27.
Okay.
That's, them those 6 rolls.
It's fine.
He's alive.
I'm saying yes because I made this character, and after I'd made him, hated him.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Either sepsis was going to kill him or Oriana was.
I thought he was acting like such a sore loser. It's good to see that your cousin is
Gracious.
There are no sour grapes, I take it.
No, certainly. Haha. Yes, no, not in the vintages I provide.
I should hope not. I will find you if there are. I do like a glass while in the bath, and I have many conquests to prepare for tomorrow night.
May I?
And we'll do so with your wine.
May I pour a cup for you before I go? It's tradition in my circles to share a small cup before, to ensure that you like the vintage.
Yes, of
I can
course,
find
but-
something else.
Yes, of course, but serve me inside.
Of course.
Come.
Okay, I come inside.
When he walks back upstairs, beckoning you to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to bang him, alright.
It's a basically a very small, like kind of square porch. There's no downstairs. It immediately goes to stairs up, and as you then go up 2 flights, then you're in his living area, as if this is built over another living area downstairs,
He's in a
access from
flat.
somewhere else. Yeah. But there are more stairs then going up, so it's kind of a 2-floor, like a
It's
mason.
a duplex.
Yeah. Yes, please follow me. I hope you're not a prude. And he just takes off his dressing gown, standing completely naked, and just gets in the bath that he's drawn. The room is filled with steam.
Of course not. We're all gentlemen here. Do you have a goblet?
Yes, there's one there.
Fantastic.
And you do see like a bottle of wine which has already been opened in his area.
Oh,
But the goblet's in.
I pick up the bottle of wine and oh, I'm so glad that I came. I've been able to rescue you from this inferior vintage.
Well, it's all I can afford, unfortunately, on such soldier's wage.
Well, perhaps not with your winnings from today. From what I understand, they are substantial.
Yes.
And I'll uncork the wine.
Why?
Pour. Sorry?
Because he's a slimy
I'll
little
pour,
fucker.
pour him
You get
a,
on for the wine.
okay.
Pour a glass.
Pour a goblet.
I find, I don't know about you, but I find drinking wine in the bath to be such a relaxing endeavour. I find the hot water kind of helps move the wine around the body.
Yes, yes, it gets the blood
Yes, you
flowing.
fucked up fast.
Of course.
And I shall, if you don't mind, I shall take the first sip, just to ensure it's not corked before I befoul your
Yes,
fine
yes.
taste buds.
Of course, I understand your wine connoisseurs in your way.
Yeah, I swirl it around a little, sniff it, and take a hearty sip.
Mm-hmm.
Swear that's spit in the bath.
Seems perfect actually. Please enjoy it. I'll top the goblet all the way up and hand it to him.
And he drinks it.
Good.
You do stand there with the bottle for a time. It's very nice. So it's very good. Yeah. And starts to slowly knock back the first glass of wine. And you can see almost immediately, seconds afterwards, you
Top
can
you
see...
up, Kaylee.
Oh, yes. Yes, please.
Yes.
And you can see his cheeks...
Is he in the bath?
Yes, he's fully in the bath.
His cheeks
Doesn't it
are
look like he just drank too much and drank?
incredibly rosy. Almost too quickly. It's not from the heat of the bath. And you can see blood vessels as if from an alcoholic of 30 years whose all the blood vessels on their nose have gone. His nose starts to go kind of a purple, as if the cells are dying. It's like, the smell of this, it's
Very fine, isn't it?
it's like,
I'm pouring, filling up his goblet.
very nice. This is just like, it's like a peaty kind of smell.
What a
Like,
weird description for wine.
Almost,
Yeah, it's normally a whiskey.
no, but like, I can smell like bog for some reason. But it tastes, I can't, and his eyes close and he sinks down below the water.
I will drop the Mask of Many Faces.
There's a few bubbles that come up, but otherwise than that, the water is still.
That was disappointingly peaceful.
What?
Under the water, as you see, that purple from his nose is now spreading all over his body in blotchy patches.
Quite liked him, as I went.
Okay.
Isn't too bad.
I am going to take out my dagger and I'll take the I'll take his pinky
Take the
from
pinky.
from the first knuckle.
Okay.
From the
So
first
after
level?
a minute,
The end, just the last.
after a minute or so of watching it, just lie there still, no more bubbles. You raise one hand out of the water, take off a pinky, and notice that the blood, while it flows, just flows
Sluggish.
openly. It's not being pumped out. And you drop the hand, and the water starts to go red until a few minutes later it is opaque. You cannot see the body below.
And I'm going to try and track down that bag of gold.
Roll me how long you want to
Hey.
spend.
Not too long. I don't want to be here too long.
Okay.
You know he's just stripped off and he had it on him earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, 20 minutes, roll me an investigation check. Stick around for an hour, search thoroughly, roll me an investigation check with advantage.
I'm going to go for 20 minutes.
Okay.
Investigation though. It's only a 12.
12.
Yeah.
He didn't hide it. It was quite openly on his, I suppose you call it, coffee table.
Hmm.
And it's there.
Well, this will do. So I'll take that. I will Mask of Many Faces back into Carol.
Okay.
the wine merchant, and I'll make my way out.
Okay. Where are you gonna go?
I'll go back to the workplace, but I'm going to take a somewhat circuitous route.
Okay.
And I'll try and find my way into an alley and change into Durgar blacksmith looking dude.
Cool. Which you can. It's
Who's
fine.
his husband?
That is where I got the idea. Halfway, so I'm not the same dude showing up at the workplace.
Okay.
Sorry.
So make your way back to the workplace. I am going to pause there for a break because I know
Oh,
we
yeah.
started late, but it's like 9 o'clock, and I
Cup of
think
tea.
more is going to happen after the break.
Yeah.
So thanks those who have watched so far for sticking with us.
I'm going to 3 of them at once.
You too quiet. Talk to us.
Oh, she had to go. There's
Yeah.
a note. We'll come
Yeah.
back to that.
Oh, I don't.
They're the wind has taken out their Wi-Fi.
Okay. But yeah. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
We'll be back in about 15 minutes. See you in a bit.
Tea time.
Sorry for making
time.
the stream so creepy.
It's hard to
You're not supposed to say that.
Hello. We're back. What?
She said chicken fillets.
Chicken flaps. They do, you know.
Yes.
Flap, flap,
So we have returned.
The once and future stream.
Yeah. So you all make your way back to.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
we
guessing
won't
I'm
stream the
going
whole
to be
time. I
getting
thought
back
he'd come
quite
back
a
in
lot
on
later
himself.
than these guys.
When you got back to the workplace, you, Oriana and Ace, what did you want to do?
I'm going to go and dye my hair.
Okay. Melkor's not there.
I'm gonna go get cleaned up.
It is a lot fuller than it was earlier when you returned. There's a lot more actually familiar faces now. You're used to seeing them. The
How
group
close
is-
to sundown are we?
Oh, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
In which case, I'm going to go for a long rest right now.
Long
8
rest.
hours. Yeah. And then I'm going to get up in the morning and dye my hair so no one sees me. So I'm going to spend maybe an hour in the bar with Ori and then go and have a long rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down and I'm not sure if I'll do a long rest. Like
You're
a
gonna
You
rest?
can't do a long rest if
No.
you're meeting someone
No,
in the
so I need to
bar.
be
You're
sure.
gonna rest until midnight.
Yeah, and then I'm going to get up super early and get all my things together, dye my hair so no one sees me with the dark hair before we leave. Ori's started being green, so
Did we come up with anything? Was there a way that we were going to make Ace less conspicuous?
cloak.
Look.
I mean, they're hella shiny.
Yeah, it's true.
I got the pronoun right.
Hey, first try.
Okay. So you
Oh, I didn't tell him. Carry on.
sit down to eat and drink at the bar,
Tweet, tweet.
as do you. You have your midday meal, and then make your way downstairs for a rest.
Yes.
Just at the end of the meal, as you're leaving, Sepsis returns.
What's this?
We need to talk.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
Am I
downstairs.
still up at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You're about to leave.
All of us. We need to have a quick chat.
Let's go get refreshed.
Yes.
Let me head downstairs.
Okay.
I follow along looking both dubious and sceptical at this point.
You head downstairs. As you get downstairs into the safe place, you see a lot of the children are tidying away their things. They're packing bags.
and they're putting the bags quite uniformly outside of their rooms.
This seems unwise. They should have had these bags ready to go.
I don't think they've got much to
I
pack.
have a lot of guilt over this
Why?
because these children were happy.
What was your news anyway, Sepsis?
Oh, yes, it's bad. It's pretty bad news. I don't think you're going to like it very much. There's another hunter in town.
Great. How did you find that out?
I do some business with an apothecary.
Did you make a friend?
I made a business acquaintance.
Sepsis, when you say there's another hunter in town, how close are they?
They're waiting for a member of their party, but they were stocking up on items that could make it quite hard to breathe around here.
While we were waiting for Hunter.
They're the word is
Hunter has his own party.
the word is they'll be attacking tomorrow at dawn.
No, we leave before dawn.
We'll be gone. We said before dawn. But we must warn Malco.
Yes, I thought you might think that.
Thank you for telling us. I know it affects you too, but I
Yeah.
confess I'm a little surprised.
Yeah. Where have you been this whole time?
I was doing a little sightseeing.
Oh, we got you a cloak.
Oh, yeah.
A small waterproof one to go over your existing one to,
If it rains.
keep you dry. We thought you might like not to get wet.
It's very nice.
It is. It's a fancy one.
Oh, so we have to leave before dawn. I won't get my date with Kaylin. Oh.
I know you were really looking forward to that.
Oh, ecstatic.
It's a shame though that you won't get to partake of the money he won on the bet.
I really couldn't care less now. I hope the man drowns.
Don't be such a grouch, you still get your date with Di. The man
Yes.
drowns. Sorry, that took me way too long.
How much money did I get actually? I should probably, at some point, should probably find
Did you want to surreptitiously count it on the way back? Or do you want to count it now?
No, I'll wait until I get into my book.
Yes. And have a drink with Di. He's adorable. I'm
Isn't
not
he sweet?
sleeping with him.
Please don't.
No.
No.
He's-
I mean, I'm not sure he could take you, to be honest. Alright.
No, and he should probably wait until he's... I don't want to corrupt the poor boy.
He's like 40 years old and has never gotten laid.
Yeah. I don't want to be the one to do that.
It sounds like a public service.
It doesn't.
Success!
That's genuinely funny.
I don't know what you mean.
I pat him again. Pat them again. I think at this point it would be a public service. But you know, it's your call. I'm not going to force you to have sex with the man who sold us cloaks. That would be really shady.
Yeah, no.
You don't have to do that.
And he agreed it was a drink. Besides, if I was going to spend the night with one person tonight, I think it would be Malco.
Genuinely, Ari, I think if you just stroke his shoulders and look genuinely interested, the man's prestige in the town will go right up anyway. Although you are green.
I'm still teaching.
I don't think we can turn the green off. It's a shame we couldn't.
I can't turn Malco off.
I've seen I saw the men in the tavern. They were still looking quite intently. I don't think that the colour was her main draw.
No, it's her boobs and her ass.
Thank you.
And her pretty face.
Never underestimate the importance of
Body language.
That was not Sepsis.
Imagine if it was.
Just Ursula just burst
Body
into the...
Yeah, the bottom of Sepsis' cloak just becomes tentacles and just starts to...
Poor fortunes. Is that your painter? Is it
So true. No. I'm.
Do I help them?
Yes,
Yes,
I
I
do. I have. Bye. And then I just walk away and go into
your room.
I think he's growing on me. They're growing on me.
A little.
Goodbye.
Don't.
I suppose
Do you
I'm
count?
Yeah.
Okay.
getting used to them.
You've got 200.
Sick.
You want to share that out?
Wouldn't we be curious as to where
Share what out?
Yeah, exactly. Share what out? What are you talking
It
about?
would be suspicious if they suddenly came out and go,
Oh,
50 gold for you, 50 gold for you.
By the way, I just happened to have come into a small fortune.
Oh, have you?
And then the other thing I'm going to do while I'm in here
Mm-hmm.
is I'm going to I'm going to spend some time with my alchemy kit and the 2 fingertips that I have.
Okay.
I'm going to try and sort of preserve them.
Easily done.
Cool.
Roll me a check, but it's quite a low DC.
Okay.
Ariana's just gone to bath and get washed
Is this going to be intelligence plus proficiency then?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Oh, it's not great. What's our proficiency bonus at the moment? 2. Okay, that's a 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
You know how to preserve things, though, surely.
That's
You're an
gotta be
alchemist.
that's gotta be like the
And
lowest
you've done it
level
before.
alchemy kit check there is.
Yeah. The DC was 5, so you're alright.
I'll take it.
Like I said, it's a low DC. The fingers are short enough and thin enough that you can fit each one inside easily a stoppered vial with a little bit of preservative fluid that you've mixed up yourself. You can preserve them in that way for quite a while.
Those will go in an inside pocket, not with the rest of the alchemy kit.
Yeah,
Though you know
also
that-
meant to fill the vial with
You
salt.
know that probably mummifying them is probably going to make them last longer. This is a good temporary. It'll last a good month or so, the way it is, but maybe some more potent embalming fluids which you don't currently have access to.
Yeah.
Or salt if you want to dry them.
I'm alright.
Okay.
I'll leave it as it is for now. Hopefully
You absolute fruit loop.
You don't know.
No, I don't. Otherwise, I'd be a lot more sketchy about sepsis than I am.
So you're going to
So-
leave me go up there on my own?
Huh?
You're going to leave me go up and have drinks on my own?
I can't come with you. I'm not supposed to talk to anyone.
That's true.
Besides, I've got to dye my hair, pack, shine the dog.
I wish that was a euphemism.
It might be a euphemism. I haven't had much time alone recently.
I feel the best course of action is going to be to ply him with drink and then wait for him to pass out.
How do humans ever get laid?
I've been going by how many little ones are running around and guessing they're getting it.
Is Ace with you at this point? Because if so, Ace is blushing so furiously.
Oh yeah, they're there. And so I need to dye my hair, shine my dog, shine my other dog, and
You know, like you are lit up pink by the glow from Ace's cheeks.
You okay there, Ace?
It's warm.
Aww.
What time is it?
Now, after your meal, it's about 4 in the afternoon.
Is Malcor downstairs or upstairs?
Melkor is nowhere to be seen.
Make
You
sure you
didn't
tell
see-
Malcor about the hunter when you see him later. You're more likely to see him than me, I feel.
I'm going to wait upstairs anyway.
Alright. Yes, drink, pass out.
I have such a collection of
Him,
bullshit.
not
in
me.
my-
I'll be back as down as soon as I
I
can.
will get round to actually homebrewing up your poisons.
It's fine.
Early night, and then we can leave before dawn.
Before dawn.
Get out the way. Maybe about the equivalent of 4 in the morning, since you know your times.
Yeah.
It's a shame you can't set an alarm on it so it buzzes or something when the time hits.
True. Oh, I'll leave Honey down here with you.
I'll look after Honey.
Can I be considered to have taken a short rest while I was waiting in the mess hall? Cool.
Furious splash.
No reason.
Yeah, Oriana heads back upstairs.
Okay.
Just waits at the bar.
Wait for Dio. I go and find Diana.
Okay. The young one, she's there.
I go. You're fond of my squirrel, right?
Yes, I've become quite attached to him.
Would you like to keep him?
Aww.
For a while.
Forever, probably. He's very tame. He's a good boy, but I am worried that he will get hurt adventuring with me, and I don't want that.
But won't he miss you?
I wouldn't think so. He's pretty attached to you as well, the squirrel said.
I will take good care of him, no matter where we're going.
Honestly, I only ended up with him because I found him at the base of a tree when he was a baby, and I've looked after him, but I was never really sure what to do with him, and I think you would be a good home. I don't think the adventuring life is good for a squirrel that lives in my hair. I think there are better places for a squirrel to be, don't you?
Plus, you get dyed black.
Yeah, that too. I'm dyeing my hair black, it wouldn't fit.
I will take as good care of him as I can.
Thank you. You can keep him to remember us by. It's a weird gift. Have a squirrel.
And she looks at your hair. I won't forget you.
It won't look like this soon.
Or the now green one.
It should be purple again tomorrow, but
Is she ill?
no, but that would be a good explanation, I think. It was an alchemy accident.
Oh,
Best description I've got.
she's the same colour as Melkor now.
I think Malcolm will like it, don't you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. On that note, I'm going to go away, but good luck. And I'm sorry we have to go. I hope you are all okay. You do good work looking after the little ones.
We try.
You're a good kid.
Thanks.
And I go back to my room and start actually dyeing my hair now.
Okay. I think we're gonna have a long rest and then dye your hair.
Do it that way around. Yeah. I am asleep.
Okay.
I sat at the bar. Is the tabaxi serving?
Tabaxi is the male is behind the bar this time, not the female.
I've got someone coming to join me soon for a drink. Not the elf.
Perhaps
Ah.
I could clear your booth.
That would be good. And something that's going to get him drunk quick.
I think we have something.
He just started purring halfway through.
That would be incredibly good. Honestly, the things I do to get a discount on a cloak.
I've done worse for a discount on less.
Yeah, same.
We have premium vodka.
Yeah. Just make his a double every time mine's a single.
Yes.
And can you let me know when Malcolm's back as well, please?
He went out to front when that normally happens. He comes back in that way. So
Okay. I'll keep an eye out.
you'll see him. As everyone will. He's quite large.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. The booth.
Yes, of course. And he walks over to the corner and kicks out a load of goblins. And they're angry. But then they see that they're being kicked out as you follow them over, and they kind of like bow their heads. Oh, this mistress will move for you.
Bloody goblins.
It's not easy being green.
And just sit and wait.
Time does pass slowly, but you see outside the windows the sun sinks, and the moment it looks like night has fallen, about a second later, the bar door opens,
He's waiting outside the door.
Across the street.
and in
Definitely.
and in walks Tawe, and he's kind of he's nervous, and he's got like what probably was a bouquet of flowers in his hand.
Easy.
A couple of them are snapped.
Aww.
A few of them are snapped and the flowers have fallen off. But there's 3 quite nice, quite large daisies just kind of held in his hand,
I just sort of waved to him.
and kind of stands up a little bit straighter, making him about 5'6". And just kind of
Rihanna's like 6 foot tall.
Taller
Yeah.
than him in
and
reality.
just kind of walks over
Show off.
slowly, Hello, my lady. Okay, might I?
Lily.
Sit down, Di.
Yes.
My name's Ori or Ariana, not this my lady rubbish. I push a drink over to
straight away. Right. Okay. Yes.
Oh, something to calm your nerves.
To your lovely health. And he just knocks it back. Oh, I was strong. Oh, right.
I just pour him another.
Oh, yes.
Ariana's just pretending to take them.
And to the health of your friends. Oh.
I pour another one. Like it doesn't have to be to something you can just drink for the sake of drinking.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Right. Sorry. It's been a long day. Do you come here often?
Almost every night to sleep.
Yes, of course.
That's a weird noise I just made.
Silly of me.
No,
I
perfectly
do.
reasonable question to ask.
I'm a half-wit who has no friends and no real experience of talking to people. I don't tend to speak very much. I tend to say one-word sentences and then either lose my train of thought or people butt in and I stop talking over them and I'm just a very quiet person and a man of very few words, and I think that might be the longest sentence I've ever said in my entire life. This alcohol's good to mind, isn't it?
It is.
And he knocks the third one back.
Stop pouring them.
You shag this guy. He's the nicest person we've met this entire
I'm not giving him a pity shag.
Why the fuck not? It is.
I don't owe him shit.
You don't owe him.
How about
shit.
him, yeah?
This is just charity.
So anyway, that's the longest sentence I've ever said in my entire life. And while I might be able to still remember the rest of this conversation, because that's quite strong, where are you from?
Here, there, and everywhere. I don't think I've ever really settled somewhere.
Oh, right, okay. You're, might I say, a spectacular example of your race.
The only one I've ever known.
Well, yes. Do you, how is that?
I don't know.
How? This might sound like a very impertinent and stupid question, but how are tieflings made?
I deal with the devil.
Oh. Right.
And seeing as all gods and fiends have abandoned us, nobody's making deals anymore.
Well, they made a very good deal for you.
That's very sweet of you to say.
Just hope it was worth it to the deal makers.
I don't know. I was adopted.
Well, how do you come to be in Tawe?
Travelling?
Oh, are you due to leave soon?
Soon, yeah. We've been here a while. We've got our adventuring licenses. We've explored the town and the area. It's time to move on.
Well, I must say, you and your friends, you especially, are some of the loveliest company I've ever had the pleasure of in my 30 years, and I would hope that before you leave, I can perhaps take you out for an evening. And he knocks another double back.
Maybe. We'll have to see how things go. And you really should get out more. Not as a criticism. You're a lovely man, and I don't understand why you don't put yourself out there.
I tried it a few times, and I was out alone, and I was mugged twice, and then people looked at me strange for sitting alone, so I left early, and on my way home I got mugged once more, and decided safety obviously was better in numbers, but because I couldn't find the numbers, I decided the safety was probably better in my house.
Well, we'll have to try and do something about that. You're going to play a game with Malcor. Maybe you'll meet friends there.
Yes, and that's obviously quite safe.
because the trip is only like 5 doors away. So, I suppose a smaller chance of being mugged. Though this is rather a rough bar, and he kind of looks around.
No one's going to hurt you in here right now, not while I'm here.
Well, no.
I sidle up closer to her.
This drink that we're having is obviously, the pleasure of your company is wonderful. But
Stop looking at me like that!
But also the very fact that you are talking to me instead of anyone else in here might lend an air of
legitimacy.
Coolness to my
Improve your social standing.
yes, as I don't currently seem to have one. So yes, what you've done is given me a social standing, and quite the step up it is. As
Pour another drink.
as it would be for anyone who had the pleasure of your company for an evening. And he knocks another glass back.
That's incredibly sweet of you to say, and to think that, yeah.
Roll me a performance check.
He's really cute.
Because you are pretending not to drink.
12.
Okay.
I mean, drinking, I'm just not shotting them back as... I've also got a higher constitution, so...
Oh, he's hammered. So, disadvantage perception check. That's an actual 1. Absolutely believes you're drinking every shot along with it.
I am sort of like petting his head and like, touch on the shoulder every now and again.
And every time you touch him, he kind of like, he doesn't shy away, but he kind of just,
He does what?
just kind of vibrates a little bit. I tell you what, this drinking alcohol before talking to women thing is a marvelous idea. I might try this again before I come out. A pre-drink, as it were.
Bit of liquid courage.
You fucking invented pre-gaming.
It's really
Some liquid courage.
And
Stop beating up my dog.
if you'll excuse me, I just need to what's well, I suppose obviously I'm going to be incredibly socially awkward now. What's the correct way to tell a woman or ask a woman to excuse yourself so you can go to the privy?
Just excuse yourself for a moment.
So I shouldn't have actually asked that. Right.
It's
Sorry.
perfectly fine.
I'll be right back. I apologise. Please, a moment. And he gets up and goes off to the door that leads to the privy.
Dude's 100% throwing up in that privy.
And the tabaxi comes over and he takes the mostly empty bottle of vodka and puts another one down on the table.
Jesus, he's drinking more than I thought he could.
How's it going?
He's not unconscious yet.
If he's not back in 10 minutes, I'd say he probably is.
Okay. Make sure he gets home safe.
It's not that far, I can just roll him down the hill. At that moment, the main door opens. It is about 6 o'clock in the evening now. Melkor walks back in, and everyone kind of... It's not a stop and stare with the silence of the music, but it is a cool kind of half-glance acknowledgement from everyone in the room. And you see chairs that were like comfortably thrown out away for as people lazed back in them as they were pushed back from tables, and suddenly those chairs are pulled in, so people are sitting up straight there, creating a larger walkway for Melkor to get behind them. Melkor acknowledges you with a nod and walks straight up to the bar, and a very large tankard of ale is sank down in front of him, and he lifts it and knocks back the entire thing in about 5 seconds, and then has it filled again.
What a fucking Chad.
and then lifts it and knocks it back in about 5 seconds.
Ooh.
And has it filled again, and then goes into the back room.
I take the full bottle of vodka back up to the bar.
Okay.
I stick it at the bar and I take it he's not awake anymore. Sort of pointing to the privy area.
It's been about 15 minutes. I'll go and check.
Thank you. I'll be in the office. In the
You've,
back room.
you've just given him the greatest night of his life, right?
I know, and all it took was me getting him drunk. He's nice.
Mm.
He's awkward, but he's nice. He means well.
Wait, you think he's a genuinely nice guy?
He's alright.
Like he's nice. He wouldn't hurt the fly. Would be nice to women.
Yeah.
He's got a good job. He's got his own shop.
Yeah.
It's my sister.
He's lovely.
she
He
likes
owns
you.
his own business. He works. He's sweet. He's a little socially awkward, but he does meet. He needs to meet the right one.
Well, my sister, she likes him. She's the other one who works here.
You should totally set them up.
It's just she knows she's also socially awkward. She makes a wonderful barmaid, but she's.
Make a better housewife.
Well, I don't know. It's just she knows how to deal with these drunks who come on to her with all the heavy-handed techniques and the shit that they spout
She's a
at her.
tabaxi.
Because she just ignores them. But I don't think she's ever had a real conversation with a man who.
Is nice.
Exactly.
Well, set them up.
Perhaps I send her for a cloak tomorrow.
Do it, please.
All right.
Thank you.
He seems like a nice enough sort. I will not roll him downhill. I'll walk him back.
Thank you.
Or at least send one of Melkor's guards to walk him back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Fine.
I'm going to see Malcor now.
Yes, he does not seem in great mood.
No. Anyone who puts it away that fast usually isn't.
So are you always upset?
If I haven't got my pipe in my hand, yes.
I'm sorry. I could not resist.
It's fine.
Go see to our...
Overlord.
Yes. Our Lord and
You
Master.
could have thrown him a flea shag.
No!
It's okay, he's giving you one.
Well,
You might get a wife now.
you could have had both.
No. Everyone was a pity shag. No.
You go to the back room?
Yeah.
Okay, Sepsis, what have you been doing?
Not much.
Counting that money.
I mean, I counted the money. I preserved the 2 fingertips.
Okay.
I probably spent some time with the 2 fingertips.
Okay.
Just sort of,
Looking at them.
yeah.
God, you're creepy. For somebody who's such a nice guy in real life. Yeah. Charlie, I'd expect this from.
And he gets
As-
it from me.
Yeah, that's, Charlie's my inspiration. You are in all things, but you didn't inspire that.
Does Charlie have a collection of fingers I need to know about?
Melkor's in
What
the
was that
back.
about fingering Charlie?
Melkor's in the back. And he's sitting at his desk. And he hasn't
It's got my
gone into his small form. He's still in his large form. And he's shifting papers around. And he puts a large sack of gold over a drawer on his belt. And he just takes another swig of the large tankard of ale that he has. And he kind of looks at you as you walk up.
She's great.
Stressful afternoon?
How did your day go?
The barman's currently rolling him home. Some men just can't hold their vodka.
I've never held anything.
No, he really hasn't. He means well though.
Well, we'll see how well he means when he loses a couple of times at cards.
He plans to lose.
Of course he does. Most people are like him.
That's not bad, is it?
No. I wish it was that easy for everyone. I'll need to go back out.
Straight away?
Yeah.
What for?
There are palms that need to be greased, avenues of exit from the city that need to be opened that are not currently.
For the children.
Children, rats, any humans we can take with us. Not many, but
Do you know what time you'll be back?
around midnight.
Okay. I have packing to do. Most of my stuff's in your room now.
Have you given thought to... No, wait, we haven't had that conversation. I will have ways and means, hopefully, of getting you all out of the city by the time I return.
Okay, well, you know where to find me.
Yeah.
I should be awake by midnight.
Look, I have not shared my bed with someone in a long time. And it has been a wonderful few days. So,
And he takes you up, lifts you off the floor in an embrace because he's about 7 foot tall, and lifts you a couple of feet off the floor, and just hugs you.
She hugs back.
And then
Yeah,
just,
Oriana hugs back.
okay, he just puts you back down.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yes, you do. Sepsis came and found you and had a conversation with you about it.
We all talked about it.
Yeah, I tell him about that. I forgot. No, I didn't realise they were coming in. Oh, right, no, I get. Yeah, no, I remember.
Ariana with them.
Yeah, Oriana remembers. I don't. I do now. Sepsis has found out some information. There's an attack tomorrow morning at dawn. After dawn, just after dawn. Are you going with the children?
No.
You'll
It's
still be
safer
here.
if I stay here, keeping up the pretense that nothing is different.
Okay.
I will, ensure that all of the children are out by dawn.
We plan on leaving before dawn, so if we can help in any way.
No, you'll have to go a different way. But I will need more money.
And he opens another drawer, pulls out another pouch.
Jesus, Malcolm.
I'm gonna have to go to the bank. Good luck. Stay safe.
And as he gets to the door and he's about to leave, he turns to you.
Just to let you know, it's a pity that you'll never get to actually find out. But yes, everything grows.
And he walks out the door and leaves you at the back office and just walks out into the bar.
Yeah, he's coming back at midnight, Ari.
I just stood in the middle of the office for about a minute going, okay. Pack! I've got to go pack. Right, head upstairs.
Some stretching exercises.
Okay.
So she packs and then heads to goes to sleep. But she sleeps in Malcolm's bed.
Okay.
By the time Ari goes to sleep, Dice is waking up.
No, it'll count as a short rest.
Hmm.
You can click a short rest, and if you need to use a hit dice.
Yeah, I do. Oh, it's not bad. 6. Oh, wrong one.
No spell slots left then.
Speak for yourself, I've got some.
Well, I will do because I'm taking a long rest.
Should we say Ace has been taking a short rest in this time as well?
Yeah.
Ace can probably take a long.
You don't get spell slots back for a short rest, do you?
No. That's not a sorcerer, no.
So you're going to be Feek and Weeble tomorrow. But
I've
you
got,
do...
I've got my points back. I'm just going to use that in a fight.
You get sorcery points back.
Yeah.
Which you can burn to give yourself spell slots.
Yeah, not many though.
No. If you want a first level spell slot, you burn a sorcery point.
Yeah, I've only got 4 sorcery points.
You got a second level spells point. You
Spells point.
Spells point.
Spells point.
You burn
Pretty sure that's that's pretty. No, that's correct. That's what they're called.
Spells
spells
points.
points.
Yeah, spells points.
It should be.
Yeah,
Can I take
anyway,
a long
so Ariana
rest?
gets packed up and then heads
You
to
take a
sleep
long
for as long as she can
Okay.
in Malcolm's bed.
You wake. What are you doing? Are you taking a short rest?
I'm gonna actually.
You've taken a short rest. You don't need to.
I've taken a short rest. I'm gonna spend some time trying to commune with the creepy voice.
Okay.
So I'll lay out the 2 vials with the fingertips in front of me.
Okay.
Is it you that wants me to do this?
Hey Ari, is it you who wants me to collect fingers?
Okay. There isn't so much of a voice that returns to you, but there is a feeling, and there's a chuckle there. It's a feeling as if something is laughing at you, but as if they're laughing the question off. Like, don't be ridiculous.
No, I didn't think so. Well, what do you want me to do? You must want something.
Takes a while, but it's not that you feel as if the connection is tenuous, is faint, it's a whisper, but there is the feeling of helplessness, the feeling that something is coming that they do not enjoy and do not wish to occur.
When?
There's no answer, but you feel the sense of an impending doom.
Wow.
Soon, but again, you get a flash, and you felt it before when it's communing with you. There's a flash of a vastness, endlessness. What is soon to a being like this? Soon could be tomorrow, soon could be in 1,000 lifetimes. What is soon? But you also get the sense that you are to help. You are to provide aid.
Talking to gods is
But these are all just the vaguest of senses. There's no definitive answer as to what you need to do. You just get the sense that this is why you were chosen. To aid.
Alright.
And the later it gets, midnight, a clock chimes
midnight.
quietly outside.
I will,
8 o'clock.
immediately after that, I'll go to sleep.
I heard midnight o'clock chimes.
Midnight o'clock.
Midnight o'clock. Hell yeah.
It's
At midnight, 8 o'clock chimes.
Nope, it is midnight o'clock.
Henceforth. Obviously Dice wakes up at some point. I assume.
Ariana's woken up.
and dyes her hair and braids it all back very neatly
Mm-hmm.
and flat. And yeah, takes off her eyeglass and puts it in a pocket.
Okay.
And tries to look as normal as possible. Puts on the travelling cloak, takes it off again, wanders around the room for a while, strokes Cedric, misses her squirrel. That's what she's up to.
After about, takes you about 20 minutes to sort out your hair. 20 minutes, half an hour.
That's ambitious, Rich. It takes me about an hour and a half.
Yeah, there's no shower. You're not washing it in and out.
No.
There's a knock on your door.
Come and knock on our door.
Oriana, you are awoken by a knock on your door. And Sepsis, you're awoken by a knock on your door. And then you all hear a further knock on Ace's door.
What?
I stick my head out. Hello?
Come, please.
Is it Malcolm?
Malcolm's voice.
Ariana was doing a reading, gathers all of her cards up and heads out.
Okay. Hi, Malcolm.
He's the small form, Malcolm. And he's sitting in front of the fire. All the children have gone. The room is empty.
Sepsis is still in the room.
Okay.
You can come out.
There are glasses poured, some with water, some with alcohol in front of him. He's drinking from a large tankard of ale. It's been a very long day. I have secured passage for the children. They leave in 2 hours. Rat folk are even now congregating nearby in a level below this to take them.
Where are they going?
They'll go west.
Go away.
Are you sending all of them, or are you keeping the 3 they think you have anyway?
I will say they escaped north.
Right.
On the backs of the rumours of the humans escaping that way. And I will say that they escaped to the north, and that's...
They're moving all of them, even your daughter.
I have learned more about the assassination attempt that will occur at dawn, and it's better if she's not here. The kind of person that's coming at dawn could level the building if all goes wrong.
So we need to be gone. Long gone.
And you're still staying?
Yes,
Will you be okay?
perhaps. I have survived 3 wars on the front lines. I have been a prisoner of war. I have been tortured, branded, gassed, poisoned, stabbed 17 times.
Nobody's ever stabbed with that many arrows today.
I was even beheaded once.
It didn't stick.
It was the
I got better.
Right?
It was the crazed torture techniques of a very powerful but very dark cleric who liked to kill the people they were torturing and then use a diamond to bring them back.
What the fuck kind of cleric was this? Do you know what? That's probably not the relevant point.
Imagine gods, there are that could be a cleric for anything.
Malcolm, I'm not going to lie. It feels like everything we touch or visit turns to shit. I'm sorry we brought this down in your house.
It's fine.
It's not. Your children have had to be moved. Your daughter will be moved away from someone she loves dearly because we were here.
I
Oh, Sepsis is awake.
will follow her when the time is right.
Does she know that?
Yes.
I just hate that our entire town had to be moved because of us. All your children are being moved because of us. I'm starting to feel like we will never stay anywhere again for fear of raining yet more shit down on the house.
I think we're never going to be able to set down roots anywhere anyway.
No, not until we can remove the blood trace. Or kill every elf on the planet. Could take some time.
Hmm.
You need a blood mage.
To remove the trace. Yes, I'm sure they're very frequently found.
Not in Albion.
Where would we find them?
On the continent.
Could be some.
Yeah, but how many are elves?
Most.
So we're trying to find a sympathetic blood mage who's not an elf. Needle? Haystack?
Service's door is open to crack and you just hear,
Well,
or one who can be compelled.
Mm.
do you know
That's-
how to find a needle? Do you know how you find a needle in a haystack? Burn the haystack.
That's the most smart response I've ever heard to that question, both in real life and in this game. I have never heard that and I love it. Although it might get hot enough to melt the needle. I'm just saying.
It's nice to see that you have turned around on your feelings about setting fire to the things to solve problems.
I think I'm coming around to your way of thinking.
Comes about time.
Yeah, if we'd killed all the elves when this first happened, frankly, we wouldn't be in this ship now.
No, God.
We don't know what caused all this shit.
Yes.
Poison.
Yes. What
That's,
about it?
that's what you should be ready for. The source that I heard about this attack from is an alchemist. The hunter has purchased some powerful substances. I don't know if that helps.
I have some resistance to poisons.
Do your tabaxi friends? Your guards?
They've gone home.
So it'll just be you, here, at dawn, facing assassins.
Aye.
Why not leave? You could come with
Let them
us.
find no one here.
You could go with Diana.
Surely that's safer.
They must be given time.
If you die, she will never forgive you.
I will literally crawl to hell to get you back.
And she can do it. No dying.
I've died before, as you said. Didn't stick.
It's less comforting than
Yeah, we'll
you
keep
might
that up.
I will do anything for these children.
I know that, Malco, but if there is another way,
And
I do
I
not
hope-
want you to put yourself at risk.
I hope you know as well. This is for you and you, Ace. No matter how many different races and different peoples you may find out there, no matter how they may treat you, please know that if it was not under the pain of death from the elves, because the further you get, the worse it may become. They are good people.
With the other races.
But they fear the elven retribution more than they fear human retribution.
That's because the humans have become so weak, they've let the elves walk all over them.
That's where you're wrong.
Most of. A lot of.
No. How many humans did you think were in the world before you left Nidum? How
Honestly,
many?
about 12.
Exactly. There once was a time, long ago, during the great calamity that saw 2/3 of your race disappear off the face of the earth overnight, when the other races did outnumber you, but, and excuse me for this, like rabbits, you just refused to quit.
Like I said earlier, they seem to be getting some.
And that's the main lie that
But
the
if
elves
they-
tell, is that there still aren't very many of you, and their protection, or whatever they want to call it, helps you. There are many more of you than there are of them.
You know, it's funny, this war camp rebellion idea in the north.
Oh no, there's not enough of them.
No, that's the problem. No one's organised enough to pull anything off. No one is pulling something together across The
Everyone.
entire country, the continent. That's what they'd have to do this.
We need one big rebellion rather than lots of little ones.
It will happen, I think, but perhaps not in my lifetime.
There may already be someone working towards it.
Is there?
Perhaps.
You've met him.
Marcus.
Perhaps if we were to follow the advice of your friends from the camp and travel to the south,
Yeah.
he seemed to think there were people there that we may be able to convince to help.
It's worth a shot. Do you remember where specifically he said to go?
He said far to the south in the deserts.
Presumably that is over the ocean. From what I remember of geography, there was no deserts in Albion.
If you go around the Elven Empire, then certainly you will need to go by the ocean. It's a much shorter journey to the next landfall in Shalem, and then a long journey south from there, fraught with danger, but
So it's just being in a city.
there is no boat that leaves here that travels the ocean.
Where would we find one to get across?
The closest,
Yeah.
you need to go to the south of Albion.
Right to the south of Albion. I think there are some white cliffs.
It just so happens that there are.
I remember someone saying something about that.
There you will find many boats. There are other ways. And the strait that separates Albion from the continent.
Under.
Yes, but you do not want to travel that way. It is much too dangerous.
When you say dangerous, what is done there? What made the tunnel in the first place?
Tunnel? No, caves.
Oh, that's
Caverns.
worse.
The Underdark.
Natural.
The Underdark.
We're not going anywhere near that.
I think I'd prefer to find a boat,
Yeah.
personally. Sepsis?
You don't have to shout.
He's here.
Oh,
They.
There you
you've come down, have you? I'm sorry, I thought you were still peeking out your door.
No, they're not.
Being your usual weird ass self.
Oh, after tomorrow, where are you going to stay here? Are you going to leave?
I will do what I can, but for you can leave on foot. If you have the coin, for I have none left, you can leave on horseback.
We do not.
For a fee, if you have the coin, you can leave by the first land train in the morning.
I would prefer.
Let's walk.
To
We
go
need to
on
get
foot.
out of here and soon.
Sepsis is more comfortable in the forests anyway.
And with as little people knowing what we are and where we're going.
That is my concern. The more people who see us, the more at risk we are.
We're
So
far
if we...
less conspicuous travelling by foot, especially with Ace and Dice.
I'm less conspicuous now too. And when we leave tomorrow, I won't look like this.
Still human.
Not tomorrow.
Ace is still human.
One half orc, one pink tiefling, or something. I haven't decided yet. Maybe a goblin.
And 2 hooded figures.
And 2 hooded figures. We won't look anything like the group they're looking for, is my aim.
Is there a benefit to being faster?
At some point, the quickest way to any exit from Albion to the continent for you is to travel east, which seems counterproductive as your pursuers are coming from the east. However, I have learned a little bit more about the way their tracking works.
Right.
They track your route. They hasten along it, but they track where you have been.
So the longer the route we take.
So in order to follow us east, they would have to first come here.
Yes.
Then they follow us east and we take a boat and go south.
There's a certain savour to the idea of them arriving here and realising they have to travel all the way back they came.
But you must be careful. because they're tracking your blood. If a lot of it is spilled, which it has been here, creating an even greater kind of stamp on an area, it will divert their path.
I would rather not go near them at all if we can help.
Mm-hmm.
How much does it cost to travel on the land trains?
A ticket in the passenger carriage or a ticket in the storage carriage?
Storage.
Storage? You could probably get on it for 5 gold each.
Oh,
I can cover it.
Passenger would be 10.
it's okay. I can cover myself, but thank you.
But then we'd have to wait until morning for that.
No.
No?
First leaves at 4, just before dawn.
Maybe we get on the land train. We go straight down to the south. We find a boat. We go across. We start searching Shalom. Shalem.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Charlem.
Shalem, not Shannon.
How much is
Right.
the boat?
With
Boat.
you around, my darling, I'm sure we could figure it
About
out.
to the continent?
Mm.
Much more.
I'm
I
sure.
recommend, as I know the way of this land better than you all, that your first stop on the land train will be Tawe, the mine.
Yeah.
I recommend you disembark there and make your way on foot, as the land train is much more heavily regulated as it gets to Cardid,
After that, I have to
which is
say,
the capital.
how long
of
does it take
Kenya.
to walk to Portal?
Walk? How long did it take you to walk here? Day? 2?
Yeah, 2 days.
2 days?
Just under 2 days.
Maybe about 4 days?
If we get the land train to Portal,
Investigate the mine quickly,
Why?
try and in some more gold.
because I think there is.
You will need
Undead
to earn
mining.
more. And
Certainly not up our
as you are registered adventurers now, there are ways you can earn. There will be notices, job boards.
We
You
have
find them
tents.
near the town halls in most major towns, villages, cities.
I think we could earn good coin there because we think that there is a threat there in particular.
And we need the coin to get the boat down south.
Precisely. So we take the land train to Portal. We see if there's any job. If there is no job to do with the mines, we leave it. I don't have the time or the patience to do jobs I'm not getting paid for.
I thought we needed to travel quickly.
No, because if we wander
Because-
around and confuse our route and then travel again, it's going to be
Yes, but
just as hard to follow.
if we spill a large amount of blood dealing with a problem in Portal, that will
We're only
make
going to
us
deal with
easier to
problems
track.
that give us the gold that we need to get the boat to go.
How much are we talking
Otherwise,
for?
we can't afford to get off this
No,
map. This.
Depends how quickly you want to get there, how safely. The strait is rife with piracy.
Roughly. So I know how much we need to put aside.
Cheaply and quickly with uncertainty of death. Maybe 200 gold each.
It's going to cost a lot, Seb says. Perhaps, and for if we want to be safer, more than that, yes.
Yeah.
Right. So 200 is the minimum.
Better the ship, the
Okay.
there are those that are never chanced upon by pirates, possibly because they've used the gold passengers pay them to pay off those same pirates.
Probably.
That would be a safe bet.
That's what I would do.
However, depending on which one you choose, the cheaper you go, the more likely you are to be tossed overboard by the people carrying you than you are by pirates who board it.
Nobody would toss any Ariana off a boat. Me, on the other hand,
Ariana's more likely to toss off somebody
On a
a
boat.
That was very clever, but now's not the time.
it was clever though, was it not? Okay, I think the best route then, we take the land train at 4, we take it to Portal,
We'll try and find work in Portal
we find work there, we
and
move on.
carry on making our way south, making gold along the way.
We keep moving in hops, jumps, starts, we pick up some horses at some point maybe so we can move faster than the pursuers.
How much are horses?
Horses.
Sorry, we know so little.
No, it's fine. You've led a very sheltered life, as you said, or as I believe Nidum has no...
Horses.
Gold.
Except for the ploughing horses.
I don't have gold.
The only
I
horses I
wouldn't
ever
describe my life as having been sheltered.
I certainly would describe mine as sheltered as
Compared to what we've learned now? Yeah.
compared to the things I've seen. I'm sorry if yours was not as calm.
Horses.
A horse.
How do you know what the DM's Googling?
Depends what you're looking for.
And Greg's who's at the end of them.
A good horse would be about 150 gold without any tack.
Did he say a wooden horse?
Is it a good
good horse.
horse?
A wood horse.
150 gold plus per horse without any tack.
What about a rubbish horse? I'm kidding, I only have 7 gold to my name, so it's irrelevant.
Does Guy sell horses?
No,
sadly
not.
And he's not going to be in any fit state for a while.
Perfect opportunity to try and... Sorry, my back did something. Perfect opportunity to try and buy something from him.
There are very few stables open now anyway.
Man train at 4.
Sounds good.
We can try and look for cheaper horses somewhere like Portal as well.
And what time do the children leave?
As soon as we are done here.
Of course, there's always the option of not paying for the horses.
Honestly, in Portal I might consider that there is too much...
There's too much of a risk here,
too
right?
much of a risk here, but somewhere else I would consider that as a viable option. I would like to live to see 20 or even 19 at this point. Sepsis, shall me, you and Ace take all of our things up to the bar, ready to go? And I'll take yours too,
I can take my own.
so you can say goodbye.
A little bit of advice. Do not pull out your adventure.
It's not a reliable method of contraception.
Do not pull out your adventurers' guild marks or your patrons' marks lightly.
No.
Oriana, do not pull out my mark
At all?
in front of an elf. Sepsis, only pull yours out in front of an elf.
Of course. Oh, speaking of my patrons, Mark, I need a snake to go in a different direction than me.
And a different direction as the children.
Very well.
The sheriff is tracking the snake's blood, not sepsis's.
There was a blood trace on the snake.
Oh,
Right.
You could just release it in the wild.
That could cause some confusion.
I don't want it to leave the city. in
Oh,
the
also
same
it's not
direction as
native
us.
to this.
Yes, it is.
No, it
It's a
isn't.
rattlesnake, it's not native.
I let the snake slither out of the of my cloak.
It's also
You-
highly poisonous.
Are you attached to the snake?
Clearly not.
Could kill the snake.
No, not right now. I would prefer the snake to get some distance away before meeting any kind of end. I don't know if the trackers can tell if the snake has died.
Well, it
They would
just so
assume
happens
I
I
would
have a message to go north.
Excellent.
Not to the camp of the humans though, right?
Yes.
Don't release the snake there. Maybe on the way.
I can't really guarantee my messenger will know what I'm asking you to do.
Just fling it into her
And
head.
he raises his hand, and one of the older girls walks in, and on her arm is a peregrine falcon.
Oh, birdie.
Hooded.
That's really cool.
Oriana made that noise. She went, oh, it's a birdie.
Can you put the snake in a small sack?
Or a jar or something?
Yes, obviously. Do you have a sack?
He raises a hand, and another girl comes out with a small Hessian sack.
And I put the snake in.
So you put the snake in his hand.
It's my snake in the sack.
It's a quite small, young, like snake. So easily
It would have served you for so many years.
And the girl takes it away. Attach it, and just have the falcon carry it north and see what happens.
Ah, a message. A snake!
Maybe attach a note in case it gets where it's going.
And
Watch out, rattlesnake.
Sept is laughing. Silently laughing.
You're delivering a poisonous snake to the camp in the north.
Just like the idea of someone opening up a sack and just finding a pissed off rattlesnake that's just flown halfway across the fucking nearly to a mountain range. I said mountain range. I know that mountains exist. I've seen them.
Okay. I have to go and help the children.
Say goodbye to Oriana. Malcolm, thank you. And I give him a kiss on the cheek and grab both Sepsis, Ace and all of her stuff and walk up the stairs.
You know, I've actually got some stuff in.
Okay, we'll go back and get it quickly. Go, go, go.
I go back and get it.
Words fail me.
Same. Other than if you do die, I mean it. I will crawl into hell and pull you back, because there is no way you're going anywhere else.
Wow.
And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
When I said that she had to leave me, my daughter got quite upset. And then she stopped crying and looked pleased. And I said, "Why are you smiling?" And her response was, "I'm not worried anymore." I said, "Why not?" And she said, "Because your new girlfriend would crawl into the depths of hell to get you back if you died.
I would.
So, thank you for giving her that hope."
I mean it. And I can't promise you anything on the level of fidelity. It's not in my nature. But I'm going to miss you far more than I should.
I will take comfort in that. There's a certain perverse pleasure in that you might think about me from time to time when you're with others.
Definitely. You will help the children. I'm going to get on our way and hopefully we'll meet again. And you can show me the growing thing. Just walks off.
And he just kind of sits there, drinks the rest of his drink, and starts knocking on doors.
I head upstairs.
I'm just standing in the middle of the bar.
It's dead, it's empty, there's no one in there.
Yeah.
Apart from the two human guards that Malcolm normally has, and they're just kind of sitting there lounging.
Bye, guys.
Leaving now?
Are you two staying?
He tried to send us away to look after the children, but
You're staying with him.
someone's got to.
I'm glad.
Thank you. He is a really good guy.
Just before dawn, soak a cloth in water, wrap it around your face.
Why? Will they be using gas?
I expect so, or some other form of poison. Something to filter it out. Couldn't hurt.
We have, we'll be okay, I believe. We have, these, when he pulls out, and they both pull out necklaces. These, give us some immunity to poisons. Well, poisons do not affect us as much.
Do you have any spares?
No. I'm sorry.
I have a question, very quickly.
Yes.
Which way to the land train?
Oh, if you exit at the front, walk just up the hill there, take the first left, and then the long road. Do not divert. Long road, and then you will see the station.
How long to walk there?
Walking 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, what time is it? Sorry.
2.
It's 2.
We go, we wait. I try to clear out the way so we're not causing...
Just keep our heads down and wait for the train.
Okay, and I snap my fingers and I turn into... just a half-orc.
Okay.
Green half-orc.
Get my kit on. Make sure Honey is situated in his papoose.
Halflings? Are there halflings? Plenty of halflings in the town?
There have been some that you see.
I'll go halfling.
They're slightly more rugged and scarred than the halflings you'd met in Nidum.
Yeah,
Less happy looking.
I'll go with that. I'll go with
Okay.
halfling. Just like a day labourer.
I put on the cloak anyway and look at Cedric and go, there's not really a lot I can do with you. But they don't know you exist, so I think we're okay.
Yeah. Throw on my cloak.
I could change him into a different dog.
A hellbeast is a hellbeast is a hellbeast.
He loves you.
As you keep saying.
Okay.
Well, you two stay safe. And keep Malcolm safe.
We'll try.
I hug the 2 human girls.
For the safety, just in case anyone is watching, you may want to leave separately.
I think we're going to be distinctive leaving at this time. Is there a back door?
Yes.
Go at the front, I'll go at the back. Sepsis, do you want to come with me?
If
Yes.
you're going out the back, take the alley. Do not turn right onto the main road. Take the alley straight on. Then, once you approach that main road, take a right on the crossroads. On the crossroads, take the first left. Carry on up the long road, and you will find the station.
Perhaps we should leave 5 minutes apart.
5 minutes apart, 2 of us at the back, 2 of us at the front.
Yes.
Split it as much as possible.
I'll go last at the back.
Ace can go with you.
Do you want me to go first?
I'll come with you.
Oh,
Yes, you go ahead.
You follow behind.
Actually, I'll go ahead. It's dark. For me, I may see more than you.
thank you. I put on my eyeglass. You know what, this is too
Yeah.
distinctive. I take it
You
off
can
again.
see much further.
Yeah.
I can see focal. Because I don't use my eyeglass.
Okay.
I know the streets roughly these days.
Okay.
5 minutes later I leave with my hooded cloak up.
You get outside. There are a couple of people on the streets this early in the morning. There's a couple of human slaves walking around as lamplighters. They're trying to keep the very few street lamps that are burning, replacing the candles in them. And you see that they're... Well, roll a perception check, both of you. Disadvantage, no?
That was cocked.
17.
17.
15 with disadvantage, otherwise it was a natural 20. That's still not bad.
I'm gonna do something goofy. And I'm gonna
You?
use. I know. I'm gonna use prestidigitation to snuff out the lights as we pass them.
It's not noticeable at all.
As you're walking, you snuff out one of the lights, and just before you're about to turn left, the light gets relit behind you, and you look, like reflexively look back, and you see a glint, and it's across the square, in one of the upper windows, with no glass in it. But you see a glint of the light reflecting off metal, and the glint is gone.
Is it in a position that it looks like it's watching the workplace?
Could be. You only saw a glint. You didn't see what it was. Just jest on the edge of your vision.
I don't say anything.
You turn the corner, walk up the main road.
Mm.
I keep walking.
You get to a crossroads.
Whichever
Very little
direction I was told to
Very
go.
little traffic, straight on. A few minutes walking.
I head out the back.
I thought you were going out the front.
No, I went out the back.
We're all going out the back, aren't we?
You went out the front.
Did I?
No.
We went out the back. You went out the
Oh,
front.
okay, I'll go out the
You're
front.
going out the front.
We'll walk up the street.
Sorry, I thought you two went out the front.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought you
Let's
were
say
going
we
out the
have
front.
then.
Okay, then we went out the front
Ori's
and you
going
got
out the
out.
back. It's fine. That's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, I go out the back.
Okay.
Apparently there was confusion all over. It wasn't just you.
You two go at the back.
Do you want some non-branded cola?
Roll a perception check and a perception check for Ace with disadvantage.
Living humans, eh?
13.
Thank you for the non-branded colour.
Right.
It's clearly branded. I'm trying to.
7.
Wow.
7.
7.
I need help.
As you are both walking,
I did
you notice that there is a drunk passed out in the alleyway. But apart from that, nothing.
Nothing.
And you keep walking, you get to the main road, turn right, staring straight to the crossroads, and turn left as soon as you get to it. And you can see just off in the distance the shapes of two cloaked figures walking about 5 minutes ahead of you. It's a long straight road. You keep going, and the further up this long main road you get, the noisier it becomes. You hear the hammering as if a hammer on an anvil, and you hear crates and wood creaking as if crates are being moved around. You hear the shuffle of many footfalls, which gets louder and louder and louder. And as you get to the top of this hill, top of this road, just over the rise, you do see in front of you a large lit up warehouse in a building with a large opening on the front of it. It's quite a well appointed building, it's clean, but it is very warehouse-like, and there are 6 elven guards standing outside under 6 brightly lit torches on the wall above them.
I'm still a half-orc.
And it does say on the front, in Elvish, but you can easily make out the word station along with the other words.
We head inside and wait.
We head inside.
Okay.
I follow Sepsis.
As you both approach the door, the guards cross their halberds, and one of the guards steps forward and goes, "Your business here?"
We're looking to obtain passage on a land train.
Oh, this hour?
I know it's very early in the morning, isn't it? But I just couldn't wait to start travelling.
Oh,
Half-orc, remember.
tourists.
Yes, we wanted to beat the rush.
You know what it's like later in the day, everyone crammed in together.
I thought we could have come up with a better deception than that, but that's
Top gut.
Roll a deception check. Either way. Or
No, Sepsis rolls up with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Jeez, dude.
Plus 13. Well, surely you know.
Really?
Surely you've been informed that entrance into the station at this hour requires a payment of passage past this door.
Yes?
No, I hadn't heard that.
Well, I'm sorry that you've been misinformed, or not informed at all.
How much is it?
Your gold each.
Okay.
Very well.
Are we all together?
Wait, you pay 2 or you pay 1?
I paid.
Oh, thanks. I look at
You
Sepsis
guys
in
are
mild
still about 5
surprise.
minutes behind.
Okay.
I look at Sepsis in mild surprise and go, thank you.
We'll probably have to knock quite loudly on the shutter. The old hag behind the counter is quite deaf and is very probably asleep at this hour.
Thank you for the advice.
The train is not for another almost 2 hours.
Oh, I thought it was 3. Is it 4?
Yes.
Oh well, we'll just have to wait, won't we?
There is a waiting room if you pay for entrance there. It's quite well appointed, or you can wait on the platform.
Yeah, I mean, yes, either way.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Just enter in there to the right.
Thanks. We walk in.
And as this conversation has been ongoing, you've got quite close. So you actually see them quite easily walk in. You actually just catch Sepsis handing over something to the guard before the guard steps aside and lets them in.
I have to hope Ace is collared.
You and Ace approach.
Yep.
As Em's not here, I will say Ace is collared. I'm
Yeah.
looking behind.
So, we seem to be very busy this time of morning. It's quite unusual.
I suppose most people are trying to beat the rush.
Yes, that seems to be the reason many people are here this morning, in fact. Your business?
Travel.
To where?
Hotel.
Oh, looking for work.
Yeah, an adventure. I've been here for a while and
Oh, you're an adventurer.
all sorts.
Do you have your papers? Your mark?
Well, you do.
I do, yeah. Okay, hand it over.
Oh,
I
very-
point to Ace's collar
Hmm.
because it's got the sheriff's mark on it.
Oh, on business for your
Yes.
patron and our commanding officer.
Yes.
Of course. Yes. If you need to go in there, say sorry, say that Kieran sent you, and
Do all elves have a name that begins with a K?
I am running out fast.
You're trying to go with K names?
It's absolutely well in town. I might just change it up later.
There'll be A's in popped up.
I honestly screwed myself into a corner.
Well,
very
I
good.
think Keelan and Koga.
Yeah.
I've forgotten this guy's name now, you've done that.
Kieran.
Kieran.
Yes, tell the old woman behind the counter that Kieran sent you, and you're on official business, and she should give you the adventurer's discount on ticket.
Thank you.
Both of you are inside.
Mm-hmm.
You're at the counter.
We knock on the shutter.
Yes.
There is like a wooden kind of folding shutter that kind of concertina, kind of, but it's closed at the moment. So you kind of knock on the shutter.
Hello.
Have we caught up with them yet?
At this point, yes, because they're knocking on it and there's no answer.
I think
So
so.
the front just bang on it.
Yeah. So how does he count?
Yeah.
Okay. 5 seconds later, shutter opens, and his description was not wrong. There is the ugliest, most grotesque,
Ugh.
humpbacked, bulbous-skinned woman you've ever met in your entire life, and the first part of her you see is this long, distended, hook-like hand kind of curl around one of the shutters.
Take my strong hand.
Oh, it's the woman from Monsters Inc.
Not quite.
Watching, always watching. No. And she pushes the other hand back, and you see there is like one like tiny hand
I'll try not to get scared.
on one shoulder, just kind of like.
Oh
She
no.
pushes it to one side.
What's up with you?
Early.
sorry to wake you, but Kieran sent us over to get our tickets for Land Train
Kieran.
at the door. We're on official business for the sheriff.
Ah.
I look at Orla.
And she just kind of digs into the desk, and it's now you notice behind the shutter the desk isn't wood, it's just earth. And she just kind of like pushes earth to one side, and it keeps falling in on itself, but each layer of earth is a different colour, and she just kind of like dips her hand in, and it doesn't so much sink then into the soil starts to ripple as if it's water, and she pushes her hand through and pulls her hand back, and inside then are 4 tickets. Parchment, but it glows, it's got a kind of golden glow to it.
To where?
Potter.
She starts writing on one of the tickets, and you can see on all the other 3 tickets as they're fanned out, the pen seems to indent on the other 3 tickets at the same time.
It's a good way to save time.
Mossy.
Writing on one and having it move across to the other 3. It's a good way to save time.
And she looks shocked.
That's how it works.
Clever, huh? We've got 2 hours. It's fine.
Yes.
How much do we owe you?
Tickets.
What ticket?
The ones in your hand.
Ah.
She's great. You've missed things.
Both. Ah.
That's the one.
Yes. Adventurous. Nice.
It's a 1/5 of the journey. 10 gold each.
Too much.
Very well.
We were
And
told.
she takes the tickets and starts to push them.
No,
Back into the
my
soil.
friend is too
10
quick.
each. We were told it's normally 5. Has the price gone up?
Never fine.
We don't.
Travel with the cargo.
We don't require luxurious.
Cargo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh!
She pushes the earth back into the small hole that she's made on top of the tickets.
Oh!
And she's holding out a key. It's a large iron key.
Cargo carriage.
Thank you.
Anyone? If you can find the room.
That's why we came early.
Mhm.
You can go back to bed.
Oh, we have to pay.
Sepsis.
Sepsis what?
I hand 5 gold for myself over.
No. Sepsis hands 5 gold to themselves.
You said you'd cover the train.
Did I?
Yeah.
Alright.
You did.
I cover the train.
Ace is probably very happy to cover
There
Yeah.
their
No, it's fine. I'll pay 20.
No, Sepsis really did say they would.
15, because Dice has just paid her 5.
No.
Okay.
You're covering mine as well. Oh, thank you.
Nice to have affluent friends.
Yes, it is.
Be gone.
Have a great evening.
Be
Good
gone.
morning. Bye.
Bye. Pleasure to meet you.
Just for future reference, there was a reason I didn't show the mark at the door. I fear that we may have laid down a trail and that the
I had
best.
no other choice to get through the door.
Yeah,
I mean, he was accepting bribes.
And I wasn't with you, I wouldn't have known that.
Okay,
doesn't matter.
I also don't have the gold to do that.
it doesn't.
Are you that sure, Ariana?
Hmm.
Give us a gold.
It was 1 gold.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
face
wasn't
with you.
with you, so
In
I
fairness-
wouldn't know that.
Shit happens. Let's move on now.
Yeah, well, or we could kill that guard because he knows that we've come through here.
I honestly think that would be. There's 4 of them at the sepsis.
6.
6 of them. They are not going to let us steal one of them. I say this very quietly.
Yeah, as was I.
Then we might as well leave it for now, sepsis.
I think it would be unwise at this juncture. At the moment, we're barely a curiosity.
Very well.
By the time anyone becomes alarmed, we'll be long gone.
We hope
Yes, but now they know in what direction, potentially.
they would have figured it out anyway.
And besides, we're a
And the
halfling,
reason-
a half tiefling, a human, and a green
We don't match the
tiefling
description.
going. We're in a wrong
And
description.
how many adventurers does the sheriff grant his patronage is my question.
But it was Malcos that Ariana showed,
Hmm. I only showed Ace's collar.
which has the mark of the
Of
sheriff on, but isn't
The sheriff.
necessarily the sheriff is the patron. The elf assumed that. That wasn't Ari's fault.
I'm not blaming anyone.
Let's go sit in the cargo hold. At least
Mhm.
then we can talk a bit more freely. Depending on how many people are in there at 2:30 in the morning.
I wouldn't mind trying to get some rest on this train.
I can sleep again.
We had a long rest.
Me and you did.
As you move out into through another large double warehouse door onto what can only be the train platform, you do see the lantern that you've seen previously, the huge hulking thing that ran past you on the way to town. And you do see that at the rear there are passenger carriages, the nice ones. And much further along the platform are the storage containers. There are no lights on in the passenger carriages. No one's expected to be travelling this early in the morning. But as you look further down, all of the doors to the cargo carriages seem to be closed. You see on the front of the train at this end where the large lizard or draconid kind of creatures that you saw previously pulling the land train have been unhitched, and from what you can probably surmise have been moved to the other end of the train at this stage, or are off somewhere else being rested before the journey back.
Let's go pick a cargo carriage. The one furthest down?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Middle?
middle.
Middle.
There's no one on the platforms at this time, apart from a few elven guards in pairs at regular intervals along the train platform. And it is quite long. You remember as it passed how long these trains were. But eventually you do get to the furthest point of the cargo carriages. There is no, from what you can see, there is no draconid creature hitched up to the top, hitched up to the front. Maybe it's going to be put on closer to the date, the time where it starts. But it's coming up on about 2:30.
Yeah. Get into the middle, one of the middle carriages.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
cargo. Make
So-
ourselves comfortable.
Get into one of the middle carriages. There are many, many crates in there.
Yeah, just move in and make ourselves comfortable.
Twitch up in a corner, cuddle Ariana, go back to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Every hour, I should know, I'm going to... No, do you know what? After an hour, I'm going to let the
How
thing
fast is it
drop
on the
and I'm
land
going to put my
train
collar
from
back on.
Tawe to Portal?
Wait, is it
You
concentration?
don't know yet.
Okay. I drop... Oh, I can't drop disguise. Can I choose to drop disguise self?
I thought so. Excuse me.
Do you not have to concentrate on it?
No, it's not concentration, it just does.
Hello, what's the time on it? Duration?
An hour?
An hour. You can drop it
Yeah?
if you want to.
It doesn't specify that you can.
Yeah, any spell like that you can drop. You can drop any spell.
Okay. I'm just going to drop it and go back to being human with my collar on.
Okay.
And then curl up in the corner, go back to sleep for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curled up at dice going to sleep because I need to try and get some spell slots back.
Okay. You are disturbed from your sleep by, from what you can hear, quite a lot of action and something going on outside, and you hear. And
The engine is here.
it sounds like the wyvern that attacked you the other day, but you do hear a bit further forward from the direction of the noise, quite a lot of chains being rattled as something is attached to the front of the carriage, and you feel the carriage kind of move, even though it's on brakes. You feel it kind of pulled as it kind of rests back on its tracks. You check your watch. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
Everyone roll a perception check.
Nat 20.
12.
What's Ace's
Passive.
passive? It's not going to be high enough. What is it? I know yours isn't.
Passive perception 11.
Okay. Next one.
Interestingly, my passive and my roll were identical.
None of you hear it, but as you
Oh,
do
he does? She
hear
rolled a
it-
natural
well,
20?
none of you guys hear it.
Oh.
But as the brakes are lifted, you can feel each chink, 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 as all the way down the carriage as the brakes click off. Just as the carriages start to roll, you hear in the distance, far behind you, from the direction you've travelled, 3 explosions. And the train starts to move and drags you further and further away from that sound. And we're going to end it there. If that's okay with everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. If the workhouse is okay.
I think it might not be.
But yeah, so that's the end of session 10.
Yeah.
Is everyone alright?
Neville.
No.
What, we're wandering around shopping for a day?
It's a milestone story, isn't
We're not
it?
Yeah, it
Leaving
is.
town.
It absolutely is.
It's clearly a milestone.
No.
I think that might be our first day in Port Tarl, not.
Maybe.
I mean, listen.
Do you want to know what the tarot reading I got was?
Yeah, perfect.
So the night before. So the High Priestess, which is keeping secrets and inner knowledge and remaining passive. Justice, seeking balance and truth and a swift decision. And then the Moon, which is looking into the darkness, depression, illusions and masks.
We wear masks all the time.
That's such,
So that was
that's such a good
Oriana.
sound for anyone who happens to be listening to
Oh,
this
yeah, sorry.
stream that we do.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah, so that was Oriana's reading just before leaving.
Wow.
Workplace.
But yeah, thank you for watching. Those of you live, or in fact those who come back and watch later on afterwards.
Thank you.
Because I know Shane's going to come back and watch again. So, you know,
Once he's done with inventory.
Once he's done doing his job and
it's
stuff.
just people aren't getting in the shower in 3 hours. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, but then he's counting it afterwards.
See, now
Love
we'll
you,
know.
Shane.
We'll know if he watches this back now.
Yeah, I'm good.
Because he'll come back
Love you,
to
Shane.
us. Give us a comment.
But
when you get that one out.
yeah, thanks guys. This is going to be up on YouTube soon, and we will return this week. I promise you, we will return this week with an episode of the Essentials Kit. D&D The Essentials
Well, he says he promises, right? But he's hoping to do overtime on Monday. He's got Adventurers League on Tuesday. He's doing sword fighting on Wednesday, overtime on Thursday, and then we pick his kids up on Friday. So I'm not entirely sure when he thinks we're going to do it, but we'll try.
Kit. We'll do it at some point. I might not do all the time. But yeah, but thanks for watching, and it's going to be a very busy week, and hopefully very soon we'll have an announcement about a gaming stream. But well, I can do like a video gaming stream. But
Gaming stream, I'm like.
apart from that, thanks very much for watching.
Thank
we love
you.
you and take care.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye everybody.
Bedtime.